Sim Squad Fly Boys, that's my logo. You already know though. It's PBS and Nation Gang, my niggas getting dodo. You pussy niggas, Frodo's fucking hobos looking so-so. 4K shot in slow-mo, haters salty like adobo. But Coco, we get loco. Hit them cashin', so no. You rap it, then we live it, cause we Stokely on the promo. We classy, Freddy, blasty, bitches, why you acting sassy? Can't stop and I won't stop. Guess I'm Diddy to your Cassie. No shiny suits, I'm spazzing. You ashy, I'm so flashy. Talking out your ass, goddammit, I'm just speaking cash shit. Haters get the shake it like they mama named the cash shit. Father, all these rap wrestlers pay homage to me bastards. Sorry, I don't claim you. That's just what this fame do. Oh, you ain't down with Dream Team. Middle finger.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to a very special edition of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. I am happily joined by the Horseman of the Pandemic, which you already know, but we're going to introduce them anyway because that's kind of what we do. Starting first with the First Lady of Top Rope Wrestling, the resident grandma, Latina Heat, our homegirl, Wendy.
Oh, Jose. Oh.
And of course, get into it. The man who oozes creative machismo, the man that's so good, he's goddamn evil. The man who went out and got himself a headset just so we could hear better. Evil yes. Evan.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys.
And we really can't, we barely can do an episode of Top Rope without this man. He is the founder of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. He is the man, the myth, the legend. MJF wishes he was as fly as this fool. Bruce. And yes, he knows it. See?
And you.
And of course.
And you.
And of course, thanks to this special episode, this crossover episode, we have in the building one half of the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast, the one and only Devin the Dude.
Yo, what's up, Facebook? What's going on? Shout out to my boy, my co-host, Hafiz. He's sorry he couldn't be here, but I'm going to be representing both of us for Clark Street Wrestling Podcast.
We'll get you on one of these days, Hafiz. We love your show.
For sure, man.
So,
get the full fledge.
It's so good to have Devin here. We're so excited. We've been excited for like all day. We're like, is it time yet? Is it time yet? Is it time? It's time now. Oh my God!
Yes, I'm excited. Very.
And before we get going, shout out to Scorsese 2 and Dream Team for not only the official music of Top Rope, Kill Stokely, but tomorrow, Juneteenth, he's got a whole bunch of new stuff coming out. Just search for Griffin Scorsese on like Bandcamp and Apple Music. There's going to be new stuff. There's going to be remixes. There's going to be a lot of music on sale. Man. Check him out. Buy his stuff. Great music.
Support.
Wonderful music. If you've heard it, if you've seen our show, you've heard plenty of it by now. Go cop it. Now, that plug's out of the way. Let's actually get into some wrestling, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Let's do it.
And I guess we should pick up where we left off after our preview show over the weekend, and that's Backlash. But we do recaps a little differently. We do them the only way we know how, which is, of course, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay. Now, why don't we start off with our special guest, Devin. If you were to pick,
why not?
Your good from WWE Backlash last Sunday, what would it be?
If I was to pick my good, it would most definitely be Randy Orton and Edge in the greatest wrestling match ever. You know, your point of view, I guess, with quotation marks. But it exceeded my expectations because I guess everybody had low expectations. And so since it exceeded my expectations, I give that the good, man. And now, you know, honorable mention to Bobby Lashley, of course, with Drew. I like to call him Epic McIntyre.
Yes. That was my good right there, Drew and Bobby. Outside of Lana, which I already knew was going to happen, but outside of that was a great match. Oh, my God, they put on a show. I love when you get those two big muscle-bound heavyweights that can move, and they're both great workers, and they just ball out. Like, I love that. But yeah, I mean, Edge versus Orton was good. I was almost waiting for you to say psych. I'm not gonna lie.
No, man. That's just
like
me. I come with that different, point of view, against the grain, if so to speak.
He's gonna take over Evil Evan's title for curveballs, man.
The curveballs.
Here you go. All right, let's go to the first lady of Top Rope. What was your good from all? Do you have anything else? Agree with one of us? What you got?
Pre-show. That was definitely good match. An injustice that they put it on the pre-show, but that was a damn good match.
Apollo versus Andrade. Yeah, that was a great match. I barely caught it because I tuned in to the kickoff just as they were starting that match, and I was like, wait, they moved this? What?
Yeah, I caught it during the highlights. Totally missed it. Yeah,
I almost missed it altogether, but I was glad to get in like just as they were kicking off. And then once the match was over and they went back to people talking, I was like, okay, I'm going. I'll see you at 7.
I don't think I've ever seen a bad match of Apollo. Like, he always puts on an amazing
especially
match.
lately.
Good point.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Lately,
Hell yeah.
He's been showing out like during this whole empty arena, trainees in the crowd era.
Absolutely.
The last few months, he's just been showing out week after week after week. So it's nice to see that even on Raw they let him keep his title. I was afraid with Paul Heyman out, and that was one of his guys that they might just go back and burying his ass, but they haven't, at least not yet.
No way.
And I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Evil Evan, do you have another good from Backlash?
I'm gonna go with that curveball, and alongside the overall Drew McIntyre, Epic Drew, and Bobby Lashley, that was an amazing match. But my favorite aspect, the part that I was enjoying the most, was MVP on the outside. The fact that he's, they're letting that managerial role shine, and he just brings an intensity. When he's out there talking about, it's been 13 years since we've seen Lashley, and I brought him to that point. I'm like, dude, you're right. You did bring it to him. And, I want to see him, the rumors of that stable that he's going to build, that he's going to bring in more talent. I would love to see that because as talented as the guy is in the ring, I prefer him outside. Little snazzy little suits he's wearing. That's what I like. I like that aspect. The whole Lana part.
No, if you saw Raw, he's already trying to recruit Apollo, which I'm like, yes,
possibly
do
Apollo.
it.
I like that. I
saw what he did too when he did like a heelish win.
Yeah.
That United States title.
I like that sneaky.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, I caught you lacking."
I didn't know if that was like an MVP kind of thing, like he was showing him, or he was just giving Shelton Benjamin a taste of his own medicine at that point. Like, oh, you want to try to sneak on me? Either way, I liked it. I really liked it. I hope they are building.
Definitely needed.
Because I think, believe it or not, I think we said a few episodes back that I think Brucey brought it up that they should start like some sort of, maybe not Nation of Domination, but that type of faction with like MVP and Lashley, bringing guys like Apollo and Shelton and that kind of stuff.
Because it also said what is it? AOP. Didn't we say put AOP in that group?
We did say that, but it's
no. We said put AOP with Heyman.
With Heyman.
Oh yes. That's what it was.
I see the street. I see him getting the Street Profits as well. Like that. Put the Street Profits with Shelton Benjamin, Lashley, and Apollo with MVP as their mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the new NWO of WWE.
Yep.
Damn near.
Yeah,
I love that Evan had to throw a curveball just to keep his position. Like, you ain't getting rid of me. Now let's. I guess we saved the best for last. High Class, what's your good from Backlash?
So, my good is I agree with you that the Lashley and McIntyre match was amazing. Because I watched the pay-per-view after you guys did, and I remember putting it in the group message that was probably one of the best matches I've ever seen with big men in a long time.
Facts.
Like, did it have
lie.
They had a couple spots in the beginning of the match, but after that, it was like lights out, move after move.
Yeah.
It really was amazing to see two big men go like that.
Yeah.
It really
high
was.
intensity.
And Devin, I got to agree with you on the okay match with Edge and Orton. It actually was. I'm not going to call it what it was called because it wasn't.
It wasn't the greatest wrestling match. I say storytelling was great.
The way
great storytelling.
The way they pushed it as the greatest wrestling match ever, they were just setting these two up to fail. Because no matter what they did, you're gonna be like, "Oh, it was good, but greatest wrestling." Nah,
and that's where like the other thing I'm agreeing with Devin on is like I had such low expectations going into it. The only thing that I really disagreed with was them doing every Legend's finish.
Yeah.
That was like It was like pointless. Like the only thing they didn't do was a stunner.
I think Edge actually tore a tricep pulling a finisher that wasn't his.
Yeah.
I think so.
It was like, was that worth it? Probably not. Now, Wendy did touch on my bad, though. Not the match itself, but the fact that they just moved the U.S. title match to the kickoff. Because there were some other matches that, honestly, you could have put on kickoff, and I wouldn't have minded the way they worked out. Like Asuka and Nia.
Yeah, to be honest, that could have gone on kickoff instead.
You could have moved that to kickoff if it's just going to be a double count out.
As much as I'm an advocate for women's wrestling, the way they played that one out, that should have gone on pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Apollo and Andrade had been going back and forth. They had built up like a whole big feud and kind of history over the last few months. And then you're like, nah, kickoff. Really? That was bad.
Well, you saw the aftermath of Paul Heyman getting, let go from Creative. So that was his guys. His guys was actually on the card.
Out with the Paul guys, and in with the ninjas. All right, we're moving on now. I'm sorry, Bruce. Did you see a comment or something? I saw you holding it.
I was gonna, but I'm gonna.
You gonna hold it now?
No.
Look, never mind.
Actually, yeah. No, I'm gonna say. So
it's like class.
Jose is watching, and he was talking about we're talking about the greatest wrestling match ever. Not really. He said it wasn't great at all, and essentially they buried Edge. Was his opinion.
Buried? I don't know.
Maybe a little strong.
Yeah. I say they built up Edge to come back for his big sympathetic win. When his tricep heals in 6 months or whatever it is, and he comes back and he gets his big epic win, no one will be mentioning that word buried ever again with Edge. So I wouldn't say he was buried.
Yeah, he'll get his comeuppance on Chapter 3. Chapter 3, he'll get his win, and we'll get the finish to this story rivalry.
It's also hard to say that was the greatest wrestling match when they actually had to put it together and edit it and do all this shit, shoot it for 12 hours. That's not really a wrestling match.
I was trying to stay away from my cinema argument.
I'm not. And I'll do it for you, bro. I got you.
What about those crazy camera views when they were locked up in the beginning of the match and then we never saw them again? Where they were like,
that was kind of disappointing.
That was
like, hold on. So those were the new camera angles?
Yeah.
Is that what they're talking about? Just
They had a cameraman in the ring too.
I know it's not our show, but I listened to Clark Street's wrap up after this pay-per-view, and I love Devin saying like, if you played 2K, you heard that crowd noise before. Because that was straight up WWE 2K music. Because I agree with that.
They threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? Hold on.
Did I turn on 2K by accident?
They got that echo and cranked it up because this was like reverberating. This is awesome. Like 3 people in the crowd sounded like thousands.
That was bad. There's only one wrestler who honestly would need that in the PC arena, and that'd be John Cena because he likes to call out his moves. All right, so if you want to use that for John Cena, be my guest.
Right.
All right, because that makes sense. Because
he calls out his 5 moves.
5 moves to do. But not for this, man. It didn't need that.
They did not need it.
But it was so accurate.
Howard Finkel was cool, but after that, it was like, okay,
I loved hearing
overproduction, bro.
I loved hearing the Fink. I always do. But yeah, when I heard that on Clark Street Wrestling podcast, I was like, oh my God, you're right. It was a 2K. Like 2K19, not 20.
No, 20.
All we needed was like the little glitchy people in the crowd that was a sign of glitching. Right? Glitchy. But you know what? I think what happened was like they bit off a little bit too much because if they made like the 20 people in attendance, if they made them sound like 100, it wouldn't have sounded so bad. But they like went way too far and wanted like the whole like 990,000 people stadium sound, and it was like too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
somebody
got
was-
30 people in the
WrestleMania level
crowd.
type level.
Somebody
I
brought up
love
the
it.
fact that crowd noise was supposed to be from like Madison Square Garden. I said, bullshit. That's from Xbox. I know it. I can put it on right now. If I threw my Xbox and my surround sound on, we'd have that same crowd
We'd have the
noise
same thing.
right now on the show.
I'm
I love
surprised.
that. I love that there was the audience chants of "This is awesome," and the audience is like, it's like, you guys catch up here. Come on.
I'm just
Well, there's even a
surprised they
part
didn't.
when there's
Oh.
even a part when Samoa Joe was talking or
Yeah.
commentating, but you see on the camera angle, he's not even talking, just looking at his tablet.
Yeah, it was like the best venture
remember that.
they've ever pulled off.
Yeah, that part was bad too. Like the
It
extra
was a hot ass
noise
mess.
and the kung fu movie put together,
Yeah,
dub
That was
stuff.
my bad right there. That was my ugly bad.
Okay.
Put them together, squash them,
Smack 'em
mix
together.
up.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
bad
really
was
do-
definitely moving the Paul guys
Squash and mix them
to the
up.
kickoff because they deserve better than that. And some of the other matches, like between with Nia and Asuka, double count out. It's like you could have done that on pre-show. Like
Yeah, that was my bad.
Sheamus and Jeff Hardy, I thought like, yeah, that could have been pre-show. It was on one of the pay-per-views. I maybe Money in the Bank. I can't remember. They do so many damn shows. But I think it was, and then the noise that was pretty bad. But let's see if Devin's got something else. What was your bad from Backlash?
Oh, well, just to echo your thoughts on, Nia and Asuka, that was my bad. I hated that
Yeah, me too.
that effing count out. I'm like, really?
Mhm.
For the Women's Raw Championship, that's what you're gonna do, a double count out? And it was crazy too. I said it on my review. I sensed something. I had a feeling that it was gonna cop out somehow. Like we wasn't gonna get a finish. I would have been cool with using the most OP move in wrestling history, which is the roll up. I would have been fine with that. But you did it the next day on, Monday Night Raw. I'm like, I couldn't get that on Sunday.
Nope.
Or even do like the whole, big person thing. Like when someone's fighting Nia or the Big Show or something, you hit them with a quick move while the ref is counting. You jump back in the ring. The ref says 10, rings the bell, and you win.
Yep.
Okay, I'm cool with that. But double count out? Really?
It was so cheap. It was really cheap.
And they're like, oh, don't worry. We're doing it again on Monday.
Yeah, right.
Asuka was
run it
lucky to get
back.
through that match without getting injured. Can I
Oh
be
my
real
God.
for a minute?
Yeah. Be real,
Seriously.
bro.
Can
Be
we
real,
stop
real,
putting
bro.
her in with Nia, please?
Can we just stop putting Nia in with anybody?
Yes. That
Saying.
petition
No, you
I
know what I
can get
wanna
on
see?
board with.
Just
I
saying.
want to see what they were starting to do at that Royal Rumble before she got hurt. And that's Nia versus men. Because they're a little sturdier. Maybe they won't get hurt.
I don't see them going that road.
And even if they do,
Didn't
put her in
she
with
hurt-
people you don't
didn't
like.
she hurt R-Truth, though, for Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
R-Truth
'cause
was pissed off
even though she was
backstage.
hurt.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, and then Randy Orton eliminated her, and there was supposed to be some feud there, and then she got hurt, so it never happened. I think
Thank
maybe if they
God.
went in that direction, like maybe people wouldn't get hurt because they're not as little. I'm just saying, she's a big woman. That's all.
I just wish that she was just a safer worker, man, because I
Yep.
like her character.
Yeah.
She's an annoying ass heel. She has that annoying cadence, like whatever. Like I hate
Yeah.
that shit, but I
She's
like
got
it at
that
the same
Valley
time.
Girl voice.
Exactly, man. It's annoying as hell.
It's so weird.
Like I'm gonna take your title, right? I'm like, oh god, just shut the hell up.
I am so gonna break
Yeah,
your
yeah.
face.
To quote JR, that's a whole lot of woman.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but yes.
Yeah.
A lot of woman.
They gotta send her back to NXT and like rework her, throw some like more seasoning in there, and let her work with Raquel Gonzalez or maybe like a
Oh,
Rhea
yeah.
Ripley, another
Wow.
bigger girl to
Yeah,
like
like a big girl. Yeah.
counteract it or something. But
I
she
don't know
needs
if I
to
wanna
work
see
on
the
their
NXT
timing
talent
or
get
something.
I think they should just take her off TV and just for a period of time so that she can actually work on being a safer worker and
Yeah.
improving her in-ring skills a little bit more. And then when she reaches that point where she can safely throw somebody, okay, let's have a grand comeback for
Yeah.
her.
Right.
Like, she's related to the fucking Rock. How is she so dangerous in the ring?
Okay. Not everybody in that family can wrestle, if you've noticed. I'm not
I
going to name
know.
names, but we all know.
Uh,
Not everybody in that family can wrestle.
just saying.
In fact, I will bet you Rock's daughter is probably a better worker now than Nia is today.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Simone.
Like, I'll put my money on that in Vegas right now. I'm cashing out. Cha-ching! All right. High Class. What the hell? Did you have another bad from Backlash?
Holy shit! Where do you want me to start?
I was gonna
Well,
say, the
remember,
whole
you
show
gotta
doesn't
save one
count
for the
for me.
ugly, unless you want to get them both in at one.
Oh no, no! I got
He's like, oh, I got that covered.
I got the ugly covered. I've got
No
the
worries.
bad covered. I've got ugly until
Easy to
next
cover
week
it with
for
this
this
show.
pay-per-view. Wow. Bad.
Here comes the lexicon.
No, I'm gonna say Asuka. Obviously, just like everybody else, that was bad. That was
Fair enough, dude.
I can't even talk about it.
Because I think
we
Wendy-
beat that horse.
I think
Yeah.
Wendy
We'll
called
talk
that-
about it, Bruce. Maybe you feel better. I'm here for you. All right.
Yeah,
Let's talk
you're
about
on a
it. Let's
couch.
go
Lay
through
down
it.
on the couch,
Right.
and we'll give you some
Come on.
Kyle O'Reilly
Yeah.
therapy.
Exactly. We're gonna get through
This is a
man.
safe space here, High Class. You can talk about whatever you want.
I'm so sick of how they're doing Asuka.
Me too.
Seriously.
Yeah, me too. I
Well, it's
love
like
Asuka.
Jose said. Jose just said Asuka was a Paul project, so of course they're gonna keep dicking her, and not in a fun way.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Right.
I'm trying not to spit out my water when she said that. I was like, you're lucky you didn't see water shoot out my nose.
Right?
No,
That
okay,
probably
so
been a lot more entertaining than the finish to that Nia Jax match. Let me tell you that much.
oh, no doubt. I'm putting money on that in Vegas too. I'm going home rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Wendy agreed with the whole Asuka Nia thing as the bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we got that all out the way. Now it's time to move on to the uglies. And should I start with the first lady of Top Rope?
Yeah,
Why
sure.
did- yeah.
I'm gonna
Here comes that Latina heat. You know what was bad?
let me down my jug here.
He's
I'm
gonna
gonna give it up
talk about
to-
Lana's dressing.
No, surprise, surprise. I actually like that shiny thought outfit. That was cute. I like the
Hot
shiny.
outfit.
I'm gonna give it up to the what is it? The Street Raiders. What?
Oh, the
Viking Prophets.
Viking Prophets. Yes.
What in the ever loving fuck was that?
Yeah.
I
Ninjas, dream
that was
sequences,
monsters. What?
Yes.
monsters,
Dude.
maybe.
Thor-like
He
powers.
None
Yeah,
of it
calling
made
for
Turkey
Mew Mew and a
legs,
turkey leg.
I think the best description came from Jose when he went to me and he was like, "What is this art school dropout weeaboo wet dream bullshit?" I was like, I can't even. I really can't. Look at what it's doing to my hair. I can't even. I just can't.
Facts.
It was like some high school kid got together with his friends with the camera from like visual arts class and filmed an action movie is what it looked like.
It really was. It was.
You
it
know,
was
we should put ninjas in it. And, like, that was
man.
And ninjas should be on bikes.
And the leader of the ninja should be Tozawa.
Right? Because he's like one of the only Japanese guys we got nothing to do with. So you're the
It
new
just
leader.
keeps getting worse from here.
I swear, if I can jump ahead, if I can jump ahead,
Some movies are more funny than that.
when the ninja showed up again and the Big Show came out and confronted the Big Ninja, at that point I was almost certain Shaq was under that mask. I really was.
Man, I thought I was the only one. I thought that was Shaq
Nah,
under the mask at first.
I was right
Like
there with you,
legitimate.
dude.
I'm like, huh?
I was like,
That
that's
look like
Shaq.
Shaq.
I know
That's
it.
Shaq.
Why would the Big Show come back?
Yep.
Right? Like, he ain't been there in a minute. Why would the Big Show come back unless Shaq's under that mask? And
They've
then I
been
found
at
out
it.
later it was
Deadass, I was
Jordan, and I can't say his
something
last
or
name,
other.
but it's
Yeah,
a
the
trainee
Nigerian.
from NXT.
I was
And I was
deadass
like,
more
oh.
surprised that it was not Shaq. To be
Yeah.
honest. Like,
I was, yes. I'm right
They've
there
been-
with you.
That
And by
match
the
has
way,
been in the
this was
making
my
for like
ugly as
5
well.
years. Oh,
This
yeah.
Everybody.
And it's my ugly. It's my ugly because WWE literally gives less than half a fuck about tag team wrestling. They just don't. And it's sad.
well, on
because
the
if
male
you think
side.
back on it, well, on the male side, yes. Because if you think
Yeah.
back on it, some of the best matches at any pay-per-view, from WrestleMania all the way down to the littlest, we're just phoning this one in pay-per-view, have been tag matches. ladder match with the Hardys and Edge and Christian, the TLC triple threat, Dudley's, Hardys, Edge and Christian, all these matches, all the stuff with the New Day and the Usos where they tore the house down. And now all of a sudden you don't give two fucks about male tag team wrestling anymore. And you proved it by taking a tag team title match that you built up with all these goofy little segments that nobody really enjoyed that much, to be honest, and turned it into this god-awful 8th grade art school project. No, that was ugly as fuck. I can't keep talking about it because I'm going to get mad.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did not the referee, Jessica Carr, I believe her name is, come up and say, "What are you guys doing? Your match is next."
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, "You're cute, but you not so much." But there was never a
That made no
next
sense.
match.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to like wash up and like come out in fresh gear for an actual squash match of some kind or something. That made no sense. I didn't get it.
Can we talk about the turkey leg?
We did
What
the Mew Mew thing.
No.
The
The trash can monster.
It's like
Star Wars ripoff.
I'm
like,
sorry,
what was
Ivor, can I holler at you for a minute? Who died and made you Asgardian? What happened there? Mew Mew. I mean, it's a good thing to have. If I could like put my hand out and a chicken leg showed up or some wings, I'd be like, thank you. But that's at home. That's not during a pay-per-view on WWE Network.
Did he not fight a katana?
But we were supposed to get a match, ended up being just one crazy ass brawl, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And not to mention, as far as I remember, like the Profits have never beat the Raiders, and they could have really had that big breakthrough moment at this show.
That's what we needed.
Made it memorable, but instead we had this. That's what I wanted. You
win. Yeah, I want to be.
We were here.
The celebration.
Right,
And the
we were right
cups
here
and
with that. Let them
everything.
win. Let them get
Yes,
over the
let 'em
hump.
get
Let this
over.
pay-per-view mean something, because obviously the way they got it set up, Backlash is just like, man, we're doing it because we can.
But can I be real though? Let me be real quick.
No,
All right.
go ahead, Deb.
So, you know what? That match, even though it was the tag team match or tag team brawl, whatever, even though it was ugly, I was also entertained by it. All right. The tag team division is a joke. And you know what? Sometimes jokes make me laugh. All right.
Oh, yeah, I definitely laughed a few times.
Right. I laughed a few times, but I'm like, okay, clearly I took it as they do not care about the tag team division on the men's side.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. If it was just a segment on Raw, like there wasn't a match, it was just they were in the back and all this stuff broke out,
Yeah.
I would have probably laughed and thought it was a good segment. But it was a tag team title match that ended up like this. And so while I was laughing at the same time, I'm like, wait, this is it? This is all we got? There's no actual title match. We already had
it led into a match, then maybe
we already had the double count out with the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Now we got this with the tag team titles. And you're like, why did you let go of Paul Heyman again? Because I don't see it. Like this is the big way to kick off the Brother Love era, and I'm not feeling it already.
And no ninjas.
My co-host Hafiz actually called the Vikings Raiders stupid for not just giving up their chance for having a tag team championship opportunity. Like you continue brawling, you could just like, oh, they just take this to the ring.
Yeah.
Oh right, we got our match is next. We're going to the ring.
Right.
No, I agree with that. But I think if you've watched these segments with the anything you can do, I can do better. You notice the Raiders don't have a whole lot in terms of brains. So, like the Vikings, they're big, they're tough, they can throw an axe, they can eat a turkey leg, but they don't do a whole lot of thinking. Is all. Is
that how Vince McMahon sees them? Then it's basically up to him.
That's typically
I'm scared about Matt Riddle, bro.
Jose and Felipe both just made a good point. Jose said creative is getting heavy on the Asian Mickey Rooney comedy because they think it's okay. And Felipe just said, I can't believe that WWE changed the Vikings from an awesome tag into a comedy act. They were the war effing machine.
They're doing the same. They're doing the same thing with the Street Profits, because I know the Profits in the back they had their little jokes and they did their little dances, but when they got in the ring, they were amazing. And now they're just straight up joke.
Related to doing news skits or behind the scenes,
selling merch,
emceeing the Raw show sometimes. So it's like, yeah, man, they got them doing a variety of things, but wrestling.
Everything but wrestling.
But wrestling.
Yeah, we want to bring these wrestlers up so they can do everything but wrestle.
Honestly, like I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, and and no means, but I think they're trying to turn them into the next Crime Time. Honestly, honestly. Because
you know what?
Prime Time came out, they were a badass tag team, and as they went on and time went on, they became more of a comedy.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say that's disrespectful. If anything, that's too soon. Because damn, I miss you, Shad.
Yeah.
God damn it! I need a minute.
But you
Fuck
know
you,
what?
Bruce.
But it's not like I can't
Say
put
though-
that idea past me, man, because of Vince McMahon. He might see them as
True,
like, oh,
true.
Yeah.
I
That-
see
that
you
is pretty
as Crime
cool.
Time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good shit.
You're the next Crime Time. It'll be an attraction. Gotcha.
But you know what? You know what? All things considered, though, deadass, I would rather be a fucking clown on TV than contracted to stay at home and do nothing.
Yeah.
True.
I'd rather be Street Profits than EC3. Sorry,
True.
Yeah, that's facts. Good
True.
point.
Facts.
because at least I'm on TV.
Disagree with
and my
that one.
face is on your telly.
Although I think
Mhm.
Bork,
Get me.
Might disagree. He'd be like, "I'll stay at home on contract. I'm cool.
Can
Can I bring a title home with me? Oh, of course. Here you go, Brock. Okay, thanks. Bye, Vinny." Like he'd be cool with it, but I wouldn't be. Fuck
But
that.
if
Put
I'm
me on
not,
TV.
if I'm not at the level of superstardom as Bork, then that's my truth. I'd rather be the clown on the telly than on my couch.
Oh, I love
She
when I
said
bring
telly.
on the telly.
Telly.
I just love that she says Bork
Got
is
it.
like. I brought that up forever ago. People actually throw it back at me, and I'm like, "Thank you."
It's
You like
funny.
me.
I will never call him anything but.
Okay, does anybody else have another ugly, or are we all?
I think that's the
over it?
general consensus. Tag team
yeah.
division.
Yeah, they need to do something about that. It's falling
They
apart,
really
yo.
do.
Yeah.
And they got some good teams, but it's still falling apart. it's like
It sucks.
definitely sucks. All right, so now that we've cleared Backlash, whew, that was hard.
All right, let's get on to the good stuff.
Let's get on to something. Since obviously this is a mega powered crossover episode, Devin has prepared a few questions for us, so I'm just going to let him kick off the next question to whoever wherever he feels like go. Just Devin, take it away. Ask us whatever you'd like.
Oh, cool. Appreciate it. So, yeah, just
Not a
pretty
problem.
much open discussion for this question. But, speaking of Backlash, when they was doing the triple threat for the tag team championship for but Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and then you had the Iconics, and then who else did you have? Bailey and Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
And then they took those, even though they won, they had it for NXT. They had their match against Tegan Knox and Shotzi Blackheart, which was crazy.
Damn good.
Lights out match.
So,
and I'm like, man, is this WWE respond to AEW tag division? Instead of focusing on the men, we're going to focus on the women.
wow. You know what? You might be right. Because you look at AEW's tag team division, and it is loaded. They put on hella good matches.
Yeah.
And I guess, maybe Vince looks at it and just thinks, man, I can't do that with what I got. So instead, he tries to bring the women to the forefront and, create some good teams and put together some nice matches and say, well, we got this and you don't. So we're going to push this and kind of let the males fall off because we can't keep up with you as far as male tag team. But we got the women's tag champs, and we can do this on every show with, some established teams already, maybe create some. We can go anywhere we want with it, and you can't do a damn thing about it. So they've kind of cornered the market, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because you got to remember too, now a possible tag team with Lana and Natalya, which I never thought about it, but now I think about it. Now I think about it, it's actually kind of smart for Lana to learn from one of the best in-ring performers for.
They ought to call that tag team just Total Divas because that's where they found each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I really think Vince is so shallow and just so arrogant. I think he's the one that doesn't really pay attention to AEW. I think that's more Hunter and Sean and Road Dogg and those guys. It's not Vince. Vince, he doesn't care what AEW is doing. He's got people to do that for him. So burying the tag division, that's been a build for years. Like you could see that train coming.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. As far I still think the women's tag division has a long ways to go. Their tag division is where AEW's women division is, as in like infancy
Oh yes.
and growing.
Oh yeah.
You know, do I think that Bruce Pritchard would take advantage of that and Triple H? Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But they need, we talked about this the last couple weeks on the show. They need more legit tag teams. They have one legit tag team, and that's the Iconics.
Yeah.
Like
they've
they're
been-
like a legit team. They have moves
Oh,
together.
yeah,
and
but
we saw
Also, they've managed to put together a few teams between like Bliss Cross, Applesauce, who I love, and as I said, they're growing on me. Kabuki Warriors were a great team together. Like, you know, they kind of sort of split up now since Asuka's got the women's championship, but you know, they can get back together at any point and be, you know, one of the top tag teams in the women's division. They got the Iconics, who have really worked hard to get like better in the ring. Like they did what Nia should do, which I think is cool. They're a great team. And you know, as much as I don't like them, Sasha and Bailey make a good team too. They make that good dickhead heel team in the women's division. I don't like them, but they do fit well together and they do work well together. So that's pretty cool. They've got like a nice foundation. They can start building, because it's hard. Yeah, but it's harder to find like women's tag teams in wrestling in general. You know, you kind of have to put them together.
Yeah.
Because they're not just out there, you know, like, you know, it's not like there's, you know, FTR and all this in the indies. You can drag them somewhere else. There's a lot of singles competitors as far as women go, and they don't really come into NXT and become a team unless they're, you know, both like shit heels, like Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Like they'd be good in the women's tag division.
But there's backstory. But they built that backstory is what I'm saying. Like you have to manufacture these female tag teams because they're not as easily accessible. Sorry.
You don't think well, what about Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross? You don't think they had a good backstory of how they came
together? No, they're an accept. That's what I'm talking about is, and Dom, you hate it just as much as I do of them just taking two people and putting them together.
I do most of the time
with no backstory. Like
I do most of the time. There's some of them I like, because you can't tell me you don't like Breezango, and those two were slapped the fuck together.
I'm talking.
Those two were straight slapped together with a dartboard. Like, oh, we'll just Tyler Breeze and Dango. There we go. Oh, good shit.
I'm speaking more on the women's.
Not so much.
That's what they get with it.
That's where NXT gets the benefit, that it is still a developmental territory. NXT is still their training ground, their chance to grow and get their feet wet. That's where we're smashing two people together and let's see if they work. And if they don't, you try something else. And when we finally get them on Raw, when we finally get them in the title hunt, they've had a chance to grow together in NXT, and we've seen them grow, and they've built a backstory on their own.
I mean, they just put
we've
together.
We've seen WWE for a long time with the Mae Young Classic. They've been hoarding all kinds of women. Yeah. And let's not pretend that they didn't put Ronda in the spotlight and have her pretty much dominate. And they didn't put Shayna in the spotlight, and she dominated. And for a long time, women were just left in the ether, flying around with no real direction. Because Shayna was on top and Ronda was on top. And now that we actually have an opportunity to get women in the mix into the title picture on Raw and on SmackDown and in this new tag division, the possibilities are endless. We see how Mercedes Martinez with the promo. She's finally going to be back on TV again. You can pair her up with someone. There's so many women they got.
No, but that's, I mean, we're seeing a lot of women's tag teams. We're seeing a lot of women's tag teams getting put together on NXT. Like we have, you know, Kai Gonzalez, we got Tegan Knox and Shotzi. We even came up with like the world's smallest tag team of like Casey Catanzaro and oh god, what's that girl's name?
Casey Carter.
Yes, they're like so tiny. Yeah. They're so little. They should be in the mini division. They're like 4 foot nothing, 80 pounds a piece, and they're a tag team. It's like, oh, you're so cute. But they're slapping a lot of teams together at NXT because they want to move them up to that main roster and have these teams established before they go after, you know, the tag team titles. They're pushing that because they have they have it to push in the first place, and I don't know.
They have a plethora of women.
Does
for their
any
division, man.
does any other promotion have like a women's tag division right now? 'Cause I can't think of it.
Aside from like Shimmer,
Impact
like
had, they got rid of it.
Did they?
Oh yeah, Shimmer does, but yeah, Impact had it for a while, but they got rid of it forever.
Yeah,
like forever ago. They just have men's tag teams and the Knockouts title,
and that goes to show the depth of the WWE's women division, that they can run 3 separate title divisions and they're stacked. We can.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If they were to play their cards right and do the right build, Liv Morgan is a contender. They can make Dana Brooke a contender, Naomi a contender. They made Tamina. Motherfucking Tamina was a title contender. They have
Tamina. Where did that come from? Yeah, did anybody know where that Tamina came from?
Tell me if Candice LeRae popped up on Friday night and challenged Bayley, like no one would bat an eye. We would be like, dude, there it is. It's a title. No, I mean, like, they have women that they could just throw, but why they're not using them all, I don't know. But if it takes smashing them together in these makeshift tag teams, then like you said, like Wendy brought up, don't they want to be on TV? I'd rather be a tag team on TV than nothing.
Amen to that.
It look like they're going to be using Lana for a tag team, possibly with Natalia. So, you know, they had their little backstage promo now. I guess they're having, you know, both down on their luck. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, that's a little weird, but I'm still kind of intrigued. I'm like, where is that going?
It's just going to be like Felipe said, Natalia and the wrestler of the week. She's just going to cycle through all these flavors of the week. It's not going to go anywhere.
True. It could be, but they do have a little bit more of a history together than like Natalia and Liv, which I liked as a team. Like, you know, young wrestler trying to find her way, solid vet with that whole background.
You know why it's going to go nowhere? Because that's what they've been doing with all their storylines as of late. They'll start something, and then they'll be like, oh, look, a squirrel. Oh, look.
A squirrel.
Oh, look.
When did WWE...
they'll just drop it. They'll just drop it.
When did WWE need medication for, like, ADD? When did that happen? All of a sudden, WWE's like, oh, I didn't get my meds. Squirrel, plastic bag. Like, when did they get ADD?
When the ratings started dropping, they got started panicking is what happened.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they need to stop panicking or that's just going to keep dropping.
I think they got rid of Heyman. They're scrambling. They're trying to find anything to – they're pulling in barely $2 million when they should be – they were, you know, 3 and 4 millions not too long ago. It's like every quarter it just keeps dropping lower and lower.
It's getting longer by the day, though.
It probably have to do with the aesthetic look of it, man, because it's not in that big arena feel. So it kind of coincides with the numbers for like NXT now
But no, that was
and AEW, man. It's just the presentation, that small presentation. It's not like eye catching anymore. You see the fans in there, all that, you know, plays a big part too.
Definitely.
I don't know why I get more into AEW shows right now than I can with WWE. Even they both have they're both doing the same thing. Like, I don't know.
You know what it is? It's because Daily's Place or whatever the venue's called. It's a sexy venue. It's outdoors. There's the palm trees. We just saw recently.
That.
Right. Sometimes you got the sunset.
I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it down to you. No, let me break it.
Feels like they were in your high school gym.
I know, but let me break it down to you real quick. I'm gonna tell you why. Even before the pandemic, you were probably more pulled to AEW, and there's a reason. WWE is like your wife of however many years. Like, y'all have some time in like prison sentence time with your wife. Okay, so you're just sitting there with the same woman doing the same thing, and you're like, man, this is boring. And then AEW shows up, and AEW is like the new girl on the block, and she's hot, and she's always out like Miss Parker and Friday, like gardening in her Daisy Dukes, and she's all sweaty, and you're staring at that new girl like, wow.
Watering that brown ass grass.
I gotta watch this. I gotta think about it. I gotta fantasize. What could happen next? Is she gonna like maybe dress in the window, or is she gonna come out in like suntan, the bikini, like this and that? And that? So you're intrigued because it's the new girl. But at the same time, at the end of the night, you are going to go home with your wife pretty much all the time, and you may even sit there and fantasize about the new girl while you're with your wife. But it's on your mind, and it's new, and it's exciting, and you're just like, ooh, I gotta see this. I gotta see that. That's AEW. It is, and they do a damn good job pulling off shows and putting together things and giving you stuff that you used to like long-term bills to a pay-per-view. I wasn't used to that anymore. Once it started happening, I was like, I remember this feeling.
Hold on, back up for a second. So you just compared liking AEW to almost committing adultery?
Yes, he did.
Yes, I did. It's like I got 2 rings. I got my wedding band, and then I got my 35 years with WWE, and I love them, and I'll always watch them. But at the same time, when AEW comes on, I'm like, I gotta see this. It's that new girl, man. You watch the new girl, you like the new girl, but at the same time, you're still with your wife. You're like, nah, I can't. I've been loyal this long. I ain't gonna mess it up now. You know. It's like it was like if I stop watching, WWE is gonna take half my shit. Nope, not letting it happen. Not going on. I'm staying right here. Put on Raw. I'm in.
I agree, man. Like, you know, AEW, they do have like a sexy presentation. If you look at it, like you said, the aesthetics of the view, you got the sunset in the background, you're outside, you know, all that plays a part. And you know, even though you're using AEW wrestlers, they actually want to be there, and they're not telling them what to do. Like, you chant and you say, everybody boo this person, so it doesn't feel fabricated, bro.
Organic.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's
they
why
even got a little crowd these days now, way off in the distance.
Yes, they have fans too. They got little patches of fans spread out too, man. So I think all that plays a good part. Like, why it's looking real sexy right now.
Yeah, that's another reason I watch it. Is like I remember one night we were in like a discussion thread in the Facebook group, and Bruce was like, "There are people in the crowd," and I said, "Get the hell out of here!" What? He said, "Yeah, look in the back. There are people in the crowd. You can hear them chanting." And when I saw them, I was like, "Oh." You know, like it just gave me hope.
All right, bless their heart.
It's like, damn it, AEW, if you aren't doing God's work.
They just disagreed with your analogy. He said, "I'm not loyal to garbage."
Ouch.
All of a sudden, AEW is garbage.
No, that's not what he's talking about.
WWE's
No, that's not what he's talking about either.
He's disagreeing with your analogy, saying he's not loyal to garbage. So that WWE being the old wife analogy? No, not quite. No. And also he said, can we give props to Britt Baker? Yes, we can.
Yes. We're going to get to that later in the show.
To that.
We'll circle back to Britt.
Circle back.
But I do like that question, though, Devin, because, like, I had never even thought about it. And then as soon as you asked it, I was like, So I got to give it to him.
That's pretty good.
You're good, you.
Yeah.
All right. Now we talked about some women. We talked a little bit about AEW. The next thing I'd like to get into, because both of them were pretty damn good in my eyes, were the AEW debuts on Dynamite last night.
The debuts.
The debuts, yes. Not only do we get, I guess Absolute or Stroke Daddy Ricky Starks, we got Abaddon out of the blue.
Oh God.
And
nice.
Oh my
she wasn't
God.
out of the blue. She
scared the shit out of my wife, by the way. I was like, babe, look at this. And I was
She
like,
scared the
turned
shit
my laptop
out of
around.
me.
She was like, oh my God. She was like, is that special effects? I was like, no. That's her makeup. That's her.
Yes. Yeah.
AEW just hired a goddamn zombie.
Like, that's the devil.
Total fear boner.
Total. I was about to ask, which one did you think made the better debut? Because I know Abaddon was like visually, you were like, wow. And then Ricky had that match with Cody for the TNT title, and man, that might have been the match of the night.
Like I said in the thread, we gave Cody a good old Creole ass whooping.
He really did.
That was magnificent.
Great match.
Yeah. My favorite spot is when he took Cody and kind of just bounced his ribs off that middle rope.
Yes.
And the way Cody sold that, I was like, oh my God, I feel that too in my ribs, man. Yeah. Beautiful spot right there.
Amen.
Yeah, that was
whole
beautiful.
Match was something.
That whole match, I was like, wow. Like every couple of minutes, I'm just like, wow. Something else happened. Wow.
and they did a good job doing the presentation for Ricky, man, because I know nothing about him, So this was like, I'm glad AEW's doing this. Now I get to do more homework about him, see some YouTube videos on him too.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I've been watching him on NWA Power, and he looked damn good there. But I didn't realize he was capable of all this because they never really let him go crazy in NWA. It's just not what they're about. They're not about all the topes and the top. They're more traditional. So to see him be able to kind of like spread his wings on that stage and just like show out. I was like, man, I knew this dude was good. I didn't know he was that damn good.
Oh my God.
Look, like, I'm not taking anything away from Ricky Starks, but like I said it in the thread last night, Cody is a very rare breed that can put someone over the moon
Absolutely.
and still win the match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't see that anymore. You just don't. It's everything's now is about me, and I'll be cool to you and then stab you in the back and get to where I need to be. But Cody was fucking amazing, and he does it. He's doing it week after week. He's making these guys look fucking amazing. Look what he did with Jungle Boy. Like Jungle Boy's freaking good, but Cody made him look like a damn superstar. He put him over.
Everybody's lining up to put Jungle Boy over. Have you ever noticed that? Like Jericho did it first before the year was up, and then MJF did it at Double or Nothing, and then Cody did it on Dynamite. Like, because he might be a little small, but damn, he's a good wrestler. Like I really like. He impressed the hell out of me. I kind of knew who he was. I had seen him here and there. But I didn't really get to know him until AEW started up, and then I was like,
I wouldn't say he's small. I would say he's got like the lean muscle is what he's got. Small looks like Marco. Marco's small. Okay.
No. Marco's a midget.
No, excuse you.
Marco's a midget.
He's a child. Okay.
My 9-year-old son is
petite,
taller than Marco Stunt. Okay. He's a midget.
Jungle Boy is like he's got those lean muscles. He's a lean man.
He's petite.
Yeah.
No. Marco's petite.
Marco's a
All
midget.
right. Take it from someone who's 5 feet.
Who needs a booster seat?
Take it from a 5-footer. He's not.
He can't get on any of those roller coasters at the parks in Florida.
If I can get on them, he can get on them too. All right.
You said you were taller than him.
We're about the same height. I stood next to him once.
Yeah, you said you stood next to him and you were taller.
Right. Maybe it was my bun. Maybe it was my bun.
Right. She likes him, so she tried to defend him.
Adorable. I just want to like cradle him like a
She wants to rock him in her arms.
Exactly. Like,
she wants to just cradle him like the baby she never wants to have.
Swallow him up.
He's so cute. I'll never have to change a diaper. Oh.
But he got art though, man. He's always getting his ass whipped so hard.
Yeah.
Like, as good as Ricky's debut was, though, to try and get back on track, Abaddon's was like that much better just because it was more of a surprise. Like I had heard some stuff about Ricky debuting. Even one of our viewers had added us in a report saying that Ricky was coming to AEW, and I was like, I hope so. I can't wait. Like I was excited for that, but obviously they played it off like they were trying to push Anna Jay, who's hot as all hell. And she came out, and you were just waiting for her opponent, and all of a sudden, when the music hit and the stuff on the screen, and this thing crawls out of the back, you're like, "What in the blue hell is that?"
I think I knew.
And then she dominated.
I had seen her when she came out on Dark, and I was just like, "OMG, I'm in love!" Like,
intriguing.
I hadn't seen that episode, so I had not seen this one. I did not know who she was. I just saw this girl come out, and I'm like,
I don't watch AEW Dark on a regular. I'm just watching WWE, NXT, and then the Dynamite shows. But when I saw her, like, this is my first time. I'm like, who is this ghoulish like creature right here?
Like what just crawled? Shit. What just slithered out of Satan's anus and came down the ramp? Like, what is that?
She was walking like that person in that Ring movie. You ever seen that Ring movie?
Yeah.
She was doing that. She was mimicking that whole style. I'm like, oh, that's too freaky looking.
It's like Jose said, she's scared by penis hard. What that girl is.
Yeah. Fear boners all around.
Oh, that's a real thing. That was a real thing. Yes.
No, she killed me.
As a man wearing a zombie shirt, you know where I was, where I'm headed.
But she killed me drooling over Anna Jay. No lie. I saw her come out and I was like, oh.
Y'all, as a bonus, Abaddon, thick, y'all.
Yes.
My sickness.
Yes. I think most of us are afflicted with that sickness, to be honest with you. I like my women and my milkshake stick. That's all I'm saying.
What do you guys think about Anna Jay now? We're getting recruited by Dark Order.
Oh no, you can't put a mask on that. They
needed a female member. I like that.
Yeah, but you can't put a mask on that. She's too pretty.
I don't think they're gonna do a mask. They're not gonna do a mask for her. No.
Gonna give her like a darker gimmick.
We got Stu Grayson walks around without a mask, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the only
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
him and Brody.
And I think I think Anna Jay would be the exception.
I think maybe they'll do some crazy hair with her, crimp it up or something, a dye job.
Nothing about Anna Jay says
Yeah.
limp. I mean Gimp. It's that Gimp crew with their weird masks looking like something from Pulp Fiction. It's like, not Anna. No. I said the same thing about Colt Cabana, though. Like, Boom Boom is too good for the Dark Order. I'm sorry.
Now,
I'm digging the story.
That's interesting right there.
I'm
Dark Boom Boom.
I want that. I want that though.
Yeah.
I want like a dark evil kind of thing, or like a meaner, more aggressive. I like it.
Boom Boom though. Like he's not dark.
The ring. He's amazing in the ring.
He's nice. He's funny. He's not dark.
Well, I'm like
That's why.
Too, but if
the
I gotta
fact
get
that it hasn't been seen before is why I want to see it so bad. And the fact that I know he is that talented, that I know he could pull it off.
Yep.
Oh no, but that's like
you see the acting when he got that contract from Brody, he was staring at it. He was just like,
it was like
this for real, this legit.
He looked at it. He looked at it like Maury Povich just handed him some paternity test results. Like, wait, what? What you mean? I'm not the father. I don't care what this says. I'm not in there.
Nose. That's not my nose. That's not my nose.
Now, like I like the fact that they're adding a female member, but I said this, like, they're starting to push NWO numbers, and NWO numbers are dangerous.
That's true.
That's why I would love. Here's how you get Boom Boom Dark. You have him come in and you have him kick out the Beaver Boys, the Beaver Brothers, those guys.
Oh yeah, the Beaver Boys.
Yeah, have him in with LJ.
You talking about Stu Grayson and Eva Uno?
No, the other tag team.
Numbers. Cut the numbers down.
Silver and somebody, I can't remember the name, but they were the Beaver Boys.
Focus on Grayson. You focus on Uno. You focus on Jay, Boom Boom, and when he comes back from his injury, 10.
See,
you have the big guy with the numbers on him.
The thing that doesn't really the thing that doesn't really bother me about their numbers is like A, they're practically all interchangeable, and B, they're jobbers that make a human throne for Evil Uno. So you can put as many as you want, because he's not a light dude. You need a lot of dudes for a human throne. That's all I'm saying. And they don't really put like big names. Like they're trying to get Boom Boom. They're trying to get Anna Jay. But before this, it was just, all these guys that have been jobbing themselves out on Dark.
The Beaver Boys, Alex Reynolds and John Silver.
Yeah.
Yes, Reynolds and Silver.
Gone. Back to Dark.
Back to Dark.
AEW Dark. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's not a lot of big names, where with the NWO, they were like a bunch of big names and then a bunch of guys who were supposed to be big names, but really were like mid-card jobbers. Like, oh, what are we going to do with Virgil this week? Nothing. That's what you do. Nobody gives a shit. Nothing. And that's kind of where they went wrong. But with Dark Order, you could put anybody out there because they're just a bunch of following gimps. They don't need a push. They don't need a name. They don't need shit. They just need a mask and somebody to beat on, and that's that. So I'm not really worried about the numbers. I'm just worried about them like taking somebody and totally ruining them, like Colt Cabana.
They're not going to ruin Colt.
I don't think they're going to do that, man. Because AEW they have control of their characters. So
true.
So I'm thinking, Colt Cabana, he's going with this. He wants to try something different. So let's just see what he come up with.
Yeah. Just be so bad. Like he finally gets himself on national TV, and they're like, "Yeah, change your gimmick, go dark." Oh, that man struggled to get there. He knows what Dusty Rhodes was talking about when he was talking about hard time. And then you gonna make him change what he is. It's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, no.
How about polka dots, Colt? No.
How about no?
But yeah, both of them were good. But if I lean towards Abaddon a little bit just for shock value. Ricky was damn good, but that whole shocking, like if you had never seen her like me, and then you saw her come out, you were like, what the fuck? And then she rolled over somebody that they were promoting like 2 minutes before that, like cutting vignettes and saying all this shit, and saying all these great things about her, and then she just gets squashed. The whole thing was like
hard.
Like, let me pick my jaw up off the ground, okay?
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Now I know.
They just did this big video package and she
And then
lost. They never
squashed.
lose when they get a video package.
They do now.
Yeah.
Do an AEW.
It was great.
'Cause
It was
you never
great.
say never in AEW.
But you know what? You got to give them credit for the fact that there was so much criticism when about the women's division, about how it wasn't strong and that there wasn't enough personalities, there was no stars.
There is now.
There was a
Hell
whole
yeah.
influx of Japanese women that with the travel issues, now we can't really have on TV no more. So for the most part, we didn't really have a division. Rio wasn't on TV for forever.
Isn't it
And
crazy?
now we have such
Like-
mega hot players. Nyla Rose is on fire. Penelope Ford is on fire.
Oh,
That's
hell
what I mean. Like,
Sadly,
think about it.
injury took down Statlander, but she was
Think back to the
literally
beginning.
on fire too.
Think
No,
back to the
both
beginning.
Totally ramped up that
Think back
women's
to
division.
like your first Dynamite, where Rio wins the women and becomes the first women's champion. I'm sorry, Wendy, I had to say it because it happened. And now she ain't been there in months, and
Yeah.
and the
Thank God.
division has come up and done so much, and there's been so many great matches that you're
Miss
like sitting there,
Warrior's coming up.
and you're thinking to yourself like, damn, they don't even need Rio, and that was their first champ.
Yeah, I tell you,
Speaking of toddlers.
when the travel
Yeah,
bag gets
98
lifted and all these
pound
Japanese
girl.
women come
Maybe.
back, oh man.
Right? Wet.
The
And
only-
wearing-
only
and
one-
wearing concrete boots, 98
That's
pounds.
the only one they need.
She weighs less than Marco Stunt, if you want to be real.
And my right thigh is bigger than that girl. Just saying.
I know, even my wife would be like, which one of my butt cheeks are you talking about?
Right.
But yeah, I know Devin had another question for us that was AEW related. So why don't we let him throw that out there?
Oh,
since he's been
yes.
so
So,
patient.
so last question was about tag teams on the women's division primarily for WWE and NXT. This one is about AEW now. About the tag team wars. It is
Excellent.
going down now.
It
So
is.
my mind is blown. I thought that was a great call out by, I believe it was Tony Schiavone who said tag team wars. I'm like, oh bro, that's great. That's a great storyline for this tag
Yep.
team division.
Yes.
So what is everybody's thoughts with this tag team wars?
I think it's perfect for what they got because that division is so
Stacked.
stacked.
It is.
Like they have so many top tag teams and put on so many great matches that like just let them all battle it out and see who comes up with the belt. Put tag teams around the ring and have them just eliminate one another in a match. And whoever the last one standing is, that's your tag team champ. Till next week, we do it all over again because they're that deep. It's
Yep.
a,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a tremendous.
That's the
the
deepest.
champions themselves were two stars. Like Brucey said, he waited till they do it, but they threw them together.
Mhm.
And we were anticipating the storyline of, there's going to be dissension. They don't get along.
Well,
But
yeah,
in
Hangman
reality,
don't
they
even
were
show
striking
up.
like a motherfucker. They even had
Hangman
the-
shows up for the match and rolls
buckshot
out.
lariat spot over the bar and the stampede, and then the
Yeah.
that whole brawl was insanity. These guys are tearing it up.
Even
I
that
love
part,
this tag team
even that
division.
part in the Stadium Stampede where Hangman's sitting at the bar and Hager walks in. And he's like, "You come to fight or you come to drink?" I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
Yes,
And
they-
it was.
They built up such personality.
But
The Butcher and the Blade come out looking like crazy fucking milkman. I don't know what that look is. That all white. That's
Yeah, like
I
the
love
good,
it.
the good humor men that without the
Yeah.
ice cream truck. Like I don't know what that is
Something,
either. But okay, I'm still mad they got rid of the bunny. But okay.
Hey, I guess she's on to QT now.
Don't
You
get it
know,
out of
Chris-
the
Which is
fabricated
another
hair
that's the-
that's
follicles.
thrown together tag team that's working. That's fucking
the
meshing. that
Natural
nightmares,
Nightmares.
right?
Yeah. They've
Who would've
done
heard
pretty
about
damn
The
well.
that?
natural nightmares, yeah.
And let's not forget Sonny and Joey.
That's the one
Backlash
I'm waiting for. I
Jersey
want to see them.
As Wendy
I want
calls
to see them
them.
coming out like in a Tubbs and Crockett old Miami Vice suits with the white loafers and no socks, hot pink, pulling up in their
Oh.
convertible.
Sonny would have like the femmed up version though, with like.
I mean,
leggings.
Sonny's already
That's
got
hot,
the
with, like,
convertible.
fishnets underneath.
So
Yeah, he
That's
does.
sexy. Dude.
he
Talking
got the
about silver
convertible,
boner,
so
yeah, different kind
we got
boner
part
now.
of it. I'm sure we can find the outfit somewhere.
Man,
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm really digging the Super Bad Squad with Kip Sabian
Yes.
and Jimmy Havoc. Oh my God, and Jimmy Havoc still brings that hardcore element to it too, as
Yeah.
well, and it meshes so well with Kip Sabian. And you know, to me, that can be possibly
Plus, if
starting
I-
to be my favorite team right there.
If I
Yeah.
get to look at my homegirl Penelope Ford some more too, I'm a happy guy. So you can keep bringing, you can bring her out, and then you can bring Superbad out, and then you can bring the Superbad squad out. As long as she comes with them with that leather bra, like whoo, Where's that fan? I gotta turn the fan on. It's getting hot.
This tag division is out of this world, and just
So
think,
deep.
Gallows and Anderson are still floating around out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so we've watched this tag division build and build and build, and it's like as soon as FTR got there, like it just exploded.
Yep.
And you have these teams. You have the Lucha Brothers. You have Private Party. You've got all of these teams. You've got P&P. Like, we're all smart enough. We know not everyone can be fucking champion at the same time.
No, of course not.
So this tag wars would be friggin' phenomenal for these guys.
Yes.
Because you've got all these teams. You could have like Private Party come in and knock off FTR, just like they did the Young Bucks in the tag tournament.
I love Private Party.
Me too. Wendy? No.
Shots.
No,
shots.
not so much.
But I mean, that could put Private Party back up where they were in the tag tournament.
Yeah.
Like they kind of
Yes.
lost a little bit of steam after the tag tournament, which
Facts.
okay, it's understandable.
Definitely.
It happens a lot. But everybody loves them, so let's give them that rocket strap again. Let's put them back up there.
Not
You know.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody has a chance, man. Like I feel like this is like the NFL. Like it could be anybody's day.
Any given
Yeah.
Sunday or,
Yeah,
or
right,
Wednesday.
exactly.
It
Or
is-
every Wednesday. Exactly.
Any
man.
given Wednesday.
Exactly. You know, because
And
this
that's why I
tag
love
division is so deep.
I love when the rankings come out and you hear people arguing, oh, well, why are they ahead of them and why they beat them and they beat them? And that's the point, is that anyone could beat anyone. So you might have
Yes.
one more win, but you have the potential, and it's good stuff.
And
I
it's-
definitely dig it.
And
Yeah.
don't
you talk about the
don't
rankings.
count out the Sex Gods just yet, because that's a
Oh,
great
no.
tag team too, and that's a way to protect Jericho's old ass as well. You know, have him in the ring less, have Sammy
Oh,
showing
God.
out. You know, I mean, he's 50. You know, I love the dude. He's the GOAT, but he's 50.
He ate the goat.
He ate several, but he's still the GOAT.
Feral body.
He lives that rock star life, man. He's got that beer gut. You know, he looks a little rough. Got that
Got
Keith
that
Richards
husk body,
face.
yeah.
Got that keg body. What are you talking about? Beer gut. Oh, like a goddamn keg.
Okay, yeah, I had a beer gut before the Eli Drake challenge, but you know, he's got the keg body. He's just. It was even worse when he was wearing the weight belt like Cody, because it was just plump at the top.
It really did. It was like a push up.
Like, yeah,
He's like,
dude, that's
nah.
not doing anything for you.
That is not a good
Yeah.
look, dude. That's like Spanx gone wrong. You need to take that shit off.
You know,
yeah, don't count them out, because they're a damn good team too. And it's just not only that. The thing that we've talked about before on this show that I want to get Devin's perspective on, because it's kind of related, is with all the like factions and 3-man groups that they have. The only thing AEW would be the perfect place to start up like a trios title as well. You got like Best Friends and Orange
There-
Cassidy. You
hell
got the
yeah.
the Death
They're
Triangle coming
I was
up.
just about to say you got the Death Triangle, bro.
Right.
Right.
And then you got the Inner Circle and the Elite, and you know,
Yes.
all these people that could bring 3 members to that table. And it just looks like the
And
perfect spot.
even the even with like the Dark Circle, they could take 3 of their
Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy idea. How would you guys feel if AEW were to like adopt the King of the Ring single night tournament, but do like a trios Kings of the Ring kind of?
That would be amazing.
That would be
I'm
great.
down
Yeah.
for that, man, because they're that deep.
Yep.
They have a deep division
Yeah.
to do that,
Yeah,
man.
it is. That's
Man,
the
who
way
doesn't
there's
love
so
tournaments,
much.
too?
That whole
Yeah.
I don't care if it's trios or tag. That
That-
whole
I missed that.
division is like abyss deep. You can't
I missed
find the
the
bottom.
whole. I missed the one night tournament where the winner gets to brag. I just beat 4 teams. You know, they like
Mhm.
you look so dominated. It just makes them come off as like ultra winners. I don't know how you want to say it, but yeah, man, that one night tournament for trios belts, I think that could work for AEW.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
They
man.
used to
Sign me up
do-
for that, man.
They used to do
Yeah.
something similar to that in like Lucha Underground, and I loved it. It was
Yeah.
like, we're gonna put a bunch of trios guys out here for the whole show, and at the end they're gonna get a shot. Like whoever's left is gonna get a shot at the trios champions, and you know all that. And it was cool. It was one night. It was fast paced. It was drama. You were like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Like and when you do that in spaces, I'm not saying all the time, because I don't need like insta champs every week.
Yeah.
But when you do that every now and then, you kind of pepper it in. It works so well, and they could do that in AEW easily.
Now there's
Look at
been talks a lot of AEW bringing a second show to television. What if that?
Oh yeah.
What if,
Yep.
what
It's
if
in the
that
TNT
show-
contract that they signed, the extension.
Mhm.
What if that show was strictly a tag team show?
Oh man.
I'm in.
That would work.
You just blew my mind, man. Hell yeah.
If
Hell
there's
yeah.
no focus on the tag division,
Hell yeah.
make their second show about the tag titles and the trios titles.
I mean,
That probably actually forced Vince McMahon's hands then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I'd have to
Definitely.
put
Oh,
tag
shit.
teams at the forefront, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you're a tag team in the WWE, you're just floundering around, and then you see this other show has like basically built for you. I don't see why they're gonna have to offer you a lot of money to keep you in WWE if you.
No, I agree, and I think
Yeah.
if they did a show like that where it was just focused on tag team wrestling and like setting up the rankings or title shots or whatever, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say we're all in as far as this group right here.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
If,
Like, I
if
would
you had to
love
pick,
that.
if you had to pick one tag team to push, though, like if this did happen, if you had to pick one tag team only to push, who's your tag team?
Lucha
Holy
Bros.
shit. You said that real quick, no question.
Lucha Bros.
huh?
I
Right?
love
Yeah.
the Lucha
Yeah,
Bros.
Lucha
Man. I love
Bros.
Pentagon. He's like
You're
my
gonna make me
favorite.
choose?
Period.
You're gonna make me choose?
Yes,
Yes.
Lucy, baby, you have to pick.
We got to make the hard calls on Top
I
Rope
don't
Wrestling
like
Talk.
you right now.
You're making me
We're not-
think and stuff.
We're not.
Like we're not friends.
We're not
Are we,
friends.
are we on a friendship timeout? Is that what
Oh no!
Oh,
well, if you
that's
get put in a
awesome.
dumpster, I'm not helping you. We're on
Oh
timeout.
man.
Um,
I've been here for 5 hours.
It's only been an hour. I just found you. No, it's been 5.
I'm gonna
Get your
be.
money. He should be here.
Y'all, Brucey's talking.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna do this in two different ways. As a young team, I would say Private Party all day.
Okay.
But as overall tag team, I got to go with FTR.
Solid.
Uh,
Solid. I'm with that.
With me, I would have to go with a team that I didn't like or I just dislike, but I love them now. Would be Best Friends.
I still don't like him.
Trent, you still don't like them? Trent and
Still don't
Chuck.
like him.
Man, them dudes can go. I love their tag team. I love their chemistry. I love when they do the hug in the middle of the ring.
Nah.
Yeah.
No hugging in wrestling. Mm-mm.
It is in my world. It
Even
is in my
Bailey
world.
dropped
There's a lot of hugging
that
in
shit.
I
No
love
hugging.
it. I love it. I love the chemistry, man. So yeah, Best
like-
Friends.
I'm like the wrestling version of Tom Hanks in League of Their Own. I'm like, there's no hugging in wrestling.
There's not enough hugging in life these days.
Bring it in.
Who's the Rona?
There you go. Virtual hug, everybody. Virtual hug.
Ah.
6 feet. Beep, beep, 6 feet, or you catch the heat. All right?
Okay, Evan, if you had to pick a team, who would you take? Because I
Yeah,
think you're the
Lucha
only
Bros.
one.
All day long.
Yes.
Lucha Bros.
Would you book them as heels or as faces?
Heels all day long.
Doesn't matter.
Cero
They're awesome.
miedo.
I don't even
Yeah.
think they could be. I would just heels or tweeners. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
they
see
can
them
do it all,
faces.
man. They could be heels, they could be faces. They're
When they go
I just
home-
like
when they go back
Pentagon's
to
intensity.
AAA,
He's like, I want to kick your ass, Cero miedo.
Yeah.
Here
Right.
I come, and I think that works.
I'm gonna
best
break your
for
damn
heel.
arm. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
I
Yeah.
want the Lucha Underground Pentagon. That's who I want.
Yes. I know he has some problem. I know he had some issues with Pentagon, and I know he's had some issues with people in AEW, but I want Lucha Underground Pentagon, and I want Vampiro back as his Dark Master. It was beautiful.
He actually did a match with Io
Vampiro.
Shirai on Lucha Underground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, back when she was Black Lotus. I
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
I remember. That was great too. That was fucking wonderful.
I was like, what the hell did I just watch?
Oh man, and speaking of Io, it was so nice to see her kick the crap out of Bailey and Sasha and stand in the ring with her title, saying, "This is my NXT." I was
Yep.
like,
Yep.
feels.
Totally agree. Yep.
Which transitions me a little bit back to NXT and a question I have that, because obviously the man said it. I want to see if we agree to it, and we're going to do this keep it or kill it style. Adam Cole says he is the best champion in the business today. Keep it or kill it.
Kill it.
Feel it.
Kill it.
All right, we have one.
Keep it.
3 kills we got to keep, because obviously, dude, Devin loves him some Adam Cole. Which
That's my man's Adam Cole, 50 grand. I can't go against my man's.
I do. I gotta say, I do love Adam Cole. I mean, I've got his shirt and everything. I love the guy. I love Undisputed Era. But there are, I do love that man. But some days, I think he's not even the greatest champion on his show.
Can I be honest? If I met him, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, you're Mr. Britt Baker, right?"
I was gonna say, so I'm gonna kill it on Mr. Britt Baker.
Honestly, Nick.
And now I'm dead.
Nick Aldis is the best
Aldis.
champ right now, hands down.
I mean, sometimes I think like Keith Lee might be the best champ in NXT. It's hard to argue that when you see what he can do with that size and the way he talks and the way he carries himself. You're just like, man, you're damn good. Like, how do you not have the NXT title right now? So, no offense, Adam. I love you, but I don't know about best in the business. Some days not best on the same show.
That's all right, Adam. I got your back. I'm here.
From there,
I'm soldier.
I was gonna say, I think Devin had a question about Britt Baker too, so we could kind of segue into that. We go from Mr. Britt Baker to Miss Britt Baker.
Dr. Britt Baker.
Dr.
She
Britt
bust
Baker.
her ass for
Doctor.
nothing.
Next thing you know,
All
she's gonna
right.
call me a conspirator.
MD.
You are.
Conspirator.
So
Guilty.
it's funny that, Grandma Wendy made that comment about, Adam Cole being Mr. Britt Baker. So my question is, Britt Baker has been fired lately. Like, she is killing it in the promo game, even though she's injured, she is doing her damn thing. Should we thank Adam Cole for this?
I actually think yes. I think he has helped her.
Directly or indirectly?
Directly, like when they're at home sitting on the couch, they're.
You think he looked at her one day and he was like, "Yo, your promo's garbage."
Delicately. I'm sure he put it more.
Get in the den. We're going to promo school.
I think it's more than just him, though.
Yeah, I think Jericho has a hand in it too.
Absolutely.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if
think
Adam Cole
Jericho-
does, but I know Chris Jericho, like, honestly has said, even at the table at AEW, in interviews or whatever, he thinks Britt Baker is like the next big thing in the women's division overall, like could be the best ever. And I think Jericho has had a big hand in kind of taking her and showing her, like, here's how you put this together. Here's how you cut this. You want to stick to stuff like this and not go into all this shitty barista crap. Like, he's going through things bit by bit with her, because he's like that when he's behind the scenes, especially in AEW. Like, he's always talking to people, trying to lend a hand, trying to help people just bring that side out of them. So I'm sure Adam helps too, but I think a lot of this has to do with Le Champion, to be honest.
And honestly, like, I think Jericho's the one that saved this gimmick for her, because they had come off the cruise and everything else, and everyone was like, "Oh dear God, no!" But
Dear God, no. Yes, that was terrible.
We were them.
Dumpster fire.
But since when the pre-tape shows happened and he was on commentary, man, did he put her over.
Oh yeah.
On commentary,
definitely.
like,
Oh yeah.
he put her so over on commentary that it got everyone back into, like, okay, well, if Chris thinks she's this good, because we're stupid wrestling fans, but no, like, he seriously saved that gimmick for her and helped her get to where she is now.
Yeah, because she's been so much better.
I'll admit it. Like, I'm willing to admit, like, whenever she came out, even if it was just for a wrestling match, I'd be like, oh, Britt Baker,
Here
John,
we go.
snap time, And then he got on commentary and he started saying what he said. And he was just like, she's so great. But I'm like, well, let me pay a little more attention. And I started actually focusing on her matches and watching her.
And if you remember, I posted something in this group after that conspirator promo that she cut. It was Jericho back in the day on, like, WCW Thunder, and he had people holding up signs that said conspirator and pointing to, like, people in the crowd or people on the mic or whatever. He did the same kind of promo almost 2 decades ago on WCW. And then when we saw that Britt doing it, I was like, damn, this reminds me of something. And that was it. So she, like, basically didn't steal, but, like, took pieces of his promo, made it her own, and balled out with it. So I know Adam's probably helping, but a lot of it has to do with Jericho, because that same promo was used way back when,
Yeah.
before you know Y2J even existed.
Yeah, good
I
point.
think whether directly or indirectly or he influenced or however, I think you have to throw a little credit to Shivani's way.
Oh, yeah.
The interplay, the coffee with the name spelled wrong, the barista comments. That's where it started. That's where the heel turn and calling him a shitty barista, and now she's has a clothesline.
I was gonna say, how about the clothesline?
Yes.
Passing him messages
leading up to the
before the friendship timeout.
Credit to them, because if he wasn't around, she would have had that the play off of him.
No,
the
he's got to
comedy.
get a little bit.
So I think you got to throw some love his way. I think
It's
she's
probably
definitely
it's probably
on the
like
money right now.
It's probably like 15% Skevon, like maybe 35% Adam, and then the other whole half is just Jericho.
I'm sure
I probably
that
even say 35% Adam, and I probably even get less than that.
Maybe,
because I think she just did she just picked and pulled and made her own. She used a little bit of Adam because I could see like being that pompous asshole, and I see that.
Yeah.
But it's just
he's
a little
good at being
bit,
a pompous asshole. That's for sure.
Exactly.
And I'm sure that like a lot of the old heads in AEW take their time to talk to the younger talent, be like, hey, I saw that you did this. Why don't you try it this way? Or when I did something similar, here's an idea.
If you hear like Joey or Darby or Sammy or anybody talking about like AEW, would somebody ask you like, who do you go to when you don't know what to do or when you need advice? They're like, oh man, either Jericho or Dustin got me like every time. I can go to them whenever, wherever, and they will sit down with me and talk to me and help me figure out what I'm going to do or how to make this work. They'll give me, stuff behind the scenes about psychology and all this stuff. And they are great. Like they take all the time in the world because they've been through fucking everything and seen it, and they got the t-shirts to prove it.
I think that really defines them as legends as well, to be able to turn around and be humble teachers and say, hey, you're asking me for advice, because if you're someone who is genuinely looking for help, then I will genuinely provide you that help. And they're willing to step down from this like amazing GOAT status or whatever.
It's something they can do, A, because they have the freedom to do it in AEW, and B, they don't have to worry about one of these guys taking their spots, because like they're the big known names in AEW, so they're not going anywhere. I mean, everybody knows who Jericho is. Dustin is the brother of an EVP. You think he's going to lose his job?
Yeah.
So they're comfortable, which means they can take the time to teach these guys and help build that roster up. And you see stuff like that with Britt and other people week in and week out, and you're like, damn. I mean, Britt was trash, and now even I'm interested. So it's definitely cool to see, these legends basically turn around and showing the next generation, like, this is how you do it. That's not really something you get in WWE a lot. They're more worried about holding on to their spot in their TV time. They're not letting somebody in. It's like, oh, you don't know how to do it? Good. I'll keep doing it on TV. Fuck you.
Because therein lies the difference. Like, at AEW, like, I hate to compare companies or whatever, but the way AEW is doing it with the old heads, like, these old guys are not seeing the young guys as their current competition. They're seeing them as the future of the industry. Yes. Whereas in other promotions,
we're talking about Britt Baker. They see them as role models.
They see them as their current competition. They don't see them as the future. And they're like, you're here today competing against me. And they're basically being like those degree mills that you see so much out there, where it's like the teachers are still in the industry. So you're their student today, their competition tomorrow. So they won't teach you anything.
No,
yeah, good point.
That is a good point. Now, Mac actually gave us a question that leads me into one of our last topics. He was asking, who do you guys like in next week's triple threat with Finn, Gargano, and Lee? And do you think Karrion Kross has any influence on the match? Because we had this, we were going to talk about the triple threat. We were going to talk about the fact that the winner is going to turn around and take on Adam Cole. Right next to week 2 of Fyter Fest, the way they lined it up, because they said July 8th, which would be the final night of it. And it's winner take all too. So we're either going to have champ baby, or we're going to have somebody else with 2 titles. So who do we see picking up the win between Lee and Gargano and the Prince himself?
Well, there's two ways that I can see this going. Either Balor's gonna win, and then he's gonna beat Cole, and we're gonna have the Demon versus Karrion Kross. Maybe,
Oh,
but
Like
I would
think
like that.
I like the
I
way your
actually-
brain operate, Bruce.
I actually think they
That's why
did
we had to
away
have
with
him on the
the-
show.
with the whole Demon. But I would like
I
to
do
see
like
that.
that.
But at the end of the day, I would probably say Keith Lee is gonna actually win, and then he's gonna go on to drop the belt to Adam Cole.
Yeah, same here. I got Keith Lee retaining, and then Keith Lee is going to drop, but it's probably going to be with interference with Karrion Kross because you saw Keith Lee broke Karrion Kross hourglass, and you saw a little segment of Scarlett and Karrion Kross stepping on the glass.
I was thinking
I'm
the
like,
same sort
they're
of
setting
thing.
this up. They're setting this up.
I was thinking Keith Lee will keep his title, and then he'll be in the match with Adam Cole, and the light, and somehow the ref will get taken out. Lights go down. Cross shows up, chokes out Keith Lee. Adam pins him when the ref wakes back up. 3 count, champ, baby, and that's that. Because even Felipe said, "Don't forget Karrion Kross's involvement in all this." We didn't,
No.
Felipe. We love you.
Not at all. Not at all.
So Mac made probably the best comment of the night. He said WWE needs to give Bruce a job.
Yes, they do.
Yes, Mac, you are
If they ever want to bring us
Doing the
all
WWE
in,
writers team, man.
if they ever want to bring us all into creative, we're there. Like we
I don't know if I
got
want
you.
to sell my
man.
soul to the devil like that, though.
Yeah, I'm
How many?
content.
My question: how many zeros are in the check? Done.
I'm
I mean, I got a soul, and you know, I don't want to sell out, but at the same time, like, you know, this house ain't cheap. So if they really want to cut one of them fat WWE checks, I might have it for a couple of years, and then go on Talk as Jericho and complain about how pissed I was when I was there, and then go to AEW like everybody else does. So
I mean,
you know,
what the hell for? So you can sell them an idea and have them not use it, and then fire you?
yeah, exactly. But I'll just be sitting there like dude in Goodfellas, like, oh, you're not going to use my idea? Fuck you, pay me. Oh, you cut another one of my shits from TV? Fuck you,
That's
pay
a
me.
waste of creativity, but okay.
Wendy
But it's
saving
a fat bank account, okay? I don't know what it's like to be rich. I want to find out. That's all. But yeah, all right. Evil Evan, who do you think is gonna end up with the triple threat and then end up double champ?
Well, if we're gonna go back to your analogy of the WWE being my loving, trusting wife, when my wife makes enchiladas, I know it's gonna be a saucy good time. So when WWE books a champ versus champ triple threat winner takes all match, I know we're not getting a clean finish. There's gonna be some screwy running. Like you said, Cross, we saw them, they crushed the glass and they were mad and he was all upset. I don't even see there being a winner of this match. I see Cross interfering, costing just a big schmoz finish because we've seen it happen before where they hype up all week long, all month long. We're going to get this big blah, 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 versus blah, blah, blah. And out of nowhere, happens.
I can see that.
Well,
I
that's
can
what
see
happened
that.
with NXT with the tag team championship, which was like kind of
Yeah,
sucked. I was
that
like,
was-
bro,
I was
it was
mad.
It was like it's like when you watch a
I
good
was so
trailer and then you
mad.
go see a movie, the movie sucked. I'm like,
Yep.
why would you do
And
that to me right
and
there?
that's what
It was Rocky
That's what
Five
they've been
all
doing
over
right now.
again.
they're relying on this like trope of we're gonna book great, huge sounding matches to hook you in, but then we're gonna bait and switch your ass and give you a ending that makes no sense, ending that isn't even a real ending, that leaves you more pissed off than if we had ever even booked this match. And that's why I think they're going. I think Cross interferes. We don't get a winner. We get Cross and Lee off onto one side, and then Balor and Gargano. They're gonna feud up. They're gonna be because we saw how we said I cut in line. I can see them feuding.
I know.
And then Adam Cole, I don't even know what happened to that guy anymore.
It's like when it comes to the you know, hipster Yosemite Sam that is Johnny Gargano, I don't know why they keep sticking him in title matches. It's like, didn't Keith Lee beat you at TakeOver? Like, why are you here? Like, just let Finn Balor handle him. No, I gotta be in it. I gotta be in it. Okay, you can get crushed again. Go ahead.
because he's Johnny Wrestling.
But I could definitely see what you
Yeah.
came up with Evil Evan happening. The only thing that might be the saving grace is like that happens a lot in WWE. I would say it doesn't happen a lot in NXT, but it just did with Breezango, and that made me mad as hell too, Devin. I'm not even gonna lie. I was looking forward to that match. Brucey and I have had a long-standing. Oh my God, yes, Marsupial and Fabio, and they did the whole Imperium mock, and the striptease in the ring.
And I love the remix of the Emporium Mops. I was like, it just made you bounce your shoulders. I was like, oh, okay, let's go.
Right, and the music kicked, and the disco ball came up, and I was like,
wig,
wow.
the wig is what killed me.
The wig. But the thing is, it was Breeze who was Fabio. So why didn't Breeze have the wig, and then Dango being marsupial have the short hair? Because like Fabio got that hair, man.
Yep.
The wig was on the wrong person. Or the jacket was on the wrong person. Like, he needs to be Fabio then, and let Breeze be marsupial. That's my only critique, because the rest of it was ridiculous. It was gold. I found that entrance on YouTube, and I watched it about 22 more times.
That sounds about right.
I even sent it to these guys in a group chat. I was like, I don't know if you watched NXT, but if you didn't, you have to see this. And they all started cracking up laughing. It was ridiculous. I loved it.
Now I want to hear more classical music remixed, like trap beats and shit. That was pretty banging.
It was like trap, techno, classical.
It was.
Tropical.
Banger.
I was like, hey.
I'm like, yo,
hey.
I gotta get this. I gotta add this to my Spotify real quick. Hold on.
For real, man. That's my good work. That's a workout song right there.
Right? That'd be a workout jam
Get
and
some
a
good
half,
reps
man.
in.
That's a workout jam. That's a club banger. That's everything. Just whatever you need. That's turn the lights down. Like get your little striptease on for your lady.
To some Emporium music right there.
Next up on the main stage, marsupial.
We'll get you the blue Sasha Banks wig that they're promoting right now.
I'll rock that shit. I ain't got no hair anyways.
It'll be shop blue Sasha Banks wig.
I look good in blue. Plus, I ain't got that forehead either, so I look even better in blue. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I know, but yeah, I kind of. I'm trying to think. Do we get Wendy? Do we get Bruce? Their answers on this.
I think bottom line is I think we can all see that it's time for Adam Cole to drop the belt. Is that a correct assumption?
After 381 days,
Never.
Right,
yeah.
Regardless of it's whoever. However, it booked their way to this finish. I think we all need to see a new NXT deserves a new champ.
And by the way, I don't know if anybody else
Back
did.
to Bruce's point.
I figured you would disagree.
I would.
But I loved when I laughed so hard also when Finn Balor called Adam Cole a transitional champion.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh
my God.
Like, shots fired.
That was the burn of the week right there.
It
when
really
he called
was.
that man a transitional champ, and I was like,
I could hear
the disrespect
like
from Finn Balor was unreal, bro.
In my head when he said it, I could hear like Kelso from that 70s show just burn. It was crazy. I laughed so hard.
Yes.
Like NXT definitely had some dope moments too. I'm not mad for watching Dynamite live, but NXT had some moments too.
So we're getting towards the end here. I've got one question I've been dying to get out to you guys all show, but we've just been racking back and forth having a good time.
My bad, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
See, that's why we call him high class, because he waited all this time. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
What a
Save the
gentleman.
best for last, my man.
So with the heavy rumors and hand signals from Cody,
Mm-hmm.
they're supposedly bringing a 4 Horsemen type stable to AEW. And the rumored Horseman is Cody,
Right.
Spears, and
FTR.
FTR, with Tully and Arn in their corner.
As like manager coach.
Do you guys feel that this would be a good move for AEW, or this could be a really big disaster, like TNA Fortune disaster?
Yes. That's my opinion. I
said
think
disaster?
Yes.
I think
Yes. I see it, not that it won't work, but I can see the comments now. WWE Light, the drugstore knockoff brand, Kroger.
Where were all these
Horseman.
people? Where were all these
Yeah.
people when Evolution came around? You know
I
what I'm
can
saying?
totally see the hate coming because it's a stolen idea. It wasn't original, and
Quit
that's
using
just how the culture is these
WWE guys.
days. You know,
Yeah.
and as much as it could work, as much as I would love to see it work, I would rather see them focus on the Dark Order as a big, dark, creepy group, and keep the Inner Circle as
Well,
that
the thing,
big, powerful one that everyone wants to try to be in group.
I feel like
I don't
this
think
is
we need another
coming.
stable.
I feel like this is coming because even Cody brought up something last night on Dynamite that kind of set off my weird shit-o-meter when he said, you know, I'm all alone. I don't have the Elite. I don't have my brother. You know, all that stuff before he got into the ring with Ricky. And I was like, so maybe he's going to come up with something of his own. Now, I do think that if they put these guys together, it could work because of just the authenticity. Like, you have two horsemen backing you. You have a Rhodes in this shit. You have Tully's protege in this shit. You have FTR, who we all know is old school. So it would feel more like the original stable than something like Fortune would in TNA, or even Evolution with Ric Flair backing them. You know, like you got that just history and feel to it that if they put that together, you'd be like, all right, I'm in it. I'm in. I dig it. Let's see what happens. You know. So I mean, it could definitely backfire, but I think like with what they have, it's worth a shot.
Hey, Bruce, you had me sold with
'Cause these-
FTR, with Cody, and then you mentioned Spears. See, Spears is when
But he got the black glove. He's got the missing piece.
it's hard for me to
Well,
take him seriously, man. It's like
Because he needs a black glove. It's the missing piece.
Well, no. What I like about Spears being in there is that he's the wild card. Like,
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Even if you
the
think
road,
about
He's
it,
the
you don't
hangman
know
of
what's
the
gonna
elite.
happen.
Even if you think
Exactly.
about
I don't even call him the Hangman in the Elite because to me it seems like right from my point of view, his career has been somewhat of a joke. Like almost a parody of what he was going through with WWE. I'm like, so what?
And then
Why'd
they
you
just
jump
changed
shit?
for redemption.
Right.
Like,
And not only that, but I will say when it comes to Sean, you know, like I know I'm joking about the black glove, but and I didn't Google this, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going from the old school history box. Barry Windham was actually at one point part of the Four Horsemen, and he was rocking that black glove. And now Sean Spears has that. So it's kind of that throwback, like here's we're positioning people who would actually look like they would be in the Horsemen maybe back then in modern wrestling. And I do like that sort of feel. You know, bring it back to that.
That goes back to the argument of, are we just repeating a past storyline because we couldn't come up with our own?
But they obviously can come up with plenty of their own because they already have.
That's what I would rather see.
And that argument,
swerve
is
it
going to
off.
be made by certain groups of fans on social media, whether you do it or not. Because you don't give the Elite titles, and people say, "Oh, see, I told you." Those same fans go, "Oh, see, I told you the Elite aren't so elite," and then they start winning titles. Oh, see, I told you that too. The Elite's going to take every championship, blah 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 blah. And then you bring in a guy. You say they're too small, so bring in Brody Lee, bring in this guy. Oh, they're going to use WWE guys. Those haters are always going to hate. You might as well try the storyline anyway and see if people who actually pay attention to what's happening in front of them and not where the person was before they walked in the door enjoy it.
I'm gonna have to agree with Felipe on this though, and with Evan as well. Actually, Felipe said maybe in some future, not now, and I have to agree with Evan. Work with what you have right now. Work with the Dark Order. Work with the Inner Circle. Get these teams that you already have solidly defined. Get them
and you can
solid
still
storylines. May I please finish?
And by the way, you can still do that because no, I'm saying
What
you
about
got.
Am I never gonna finish a sentence tonight?
Sorry, but you have like you said, you have the Dark Order, you have the Inner Circle. Who are you going to put them up against? Oh, the Elite, and then the Elite, and then the Elite. You have to have somebody to go against them in order to keep their stories going.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, save the Four Horsemen for another time. But for now, work with what you have, build up these groups that you already have. Get these guys better defined stories, get them somewhere before you start throwing in another group. You already have this insanely stacked tag team group or tag team division. You already have all these groups. You already have all this stuff. You don't need to keep adding to it. The cake is already perfect.
Yeah.
Why add another layer?
They already have a lot of stories going on. Like that
Exactly.
is a very story-driven promotion going on right now.
It is.
And
What I'm saying is, it's hard to build these stories
When
of
you keep
heel.
adding more shit to it.
It's hard to build these stories about heel groups when you don't have so many face groups to actually build these stories with.
That's the thing.
Because the elite can only do so much.
If you're a heel group, you have no problem taking on individual faces. I don't need to face a group. I'm going to beat any ass I see.
Exactly.
So it doesn't have to be an actual faction against a faction.
Heels don't have to play by the rules.
One by one. The whole roster.
Heels don't need to play by the rules. They can do how they want.
Well, I understand,
So
but
if they want to go after one individual, or if they want to go after a group like the fucking best friends, they can do what they want.
Oh, I hear you. I'm just saying, eventually it has to lead to something other than like we just beat the whole roster's ass, because then you got the Dark Order standing in the ring for 2 hours on Dynamite. Like, there has to be somebody that can stand up to these people outside of the elite, because there's only so many of them, and there's a lot of heel factions. Eventually, you got to put them in the ring with somebody.
Like, factions don't have to be 50, 60 people. They could just be 3. Look at the Best Friends. Look at the Jurassic Express. Those can be counted as factions because it's a group of 3 guys. You have just enough people to go into a match together, to go into a fight together, to go into a rumble together. You don't have to have a group of 10 million or more.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying, like, it's just, there's only so much that, like, Jurassic Express and Best Friends are going to be able to do.
And Stu just brought up a good point. The Shield versus the Wyatts was heel on heel. You could have that here, too. Heel on heel action.
That's
Heels
true.
do it better.
But by the time it was over, one of them was a face group. So,
and that could happen.
which one of those groups would you want to turn face, though?
if it happens, it happens.
Like, I'm following your logic.
Then you get another face group. Then
I'm following your logic. Like, which one would you want the
Dark Order to be monsters? What if we build up the Dark Order to destroy the whole roster? They take down Cage, they take down Luchasaurus, and so Chris Jericho, the locker room leader, determines upon himself, you know what? Proud and powerful Jake Hager, we're going to stand up for the side of right, and we're going to bring down this dark, and we get the inner circle as the Avengers.
So that's what I was trying to ask.
Now.
Like, do you
Evan
really want to see
them on?
I hear you, but that's what I'm trying to ask. Do you really want to see the inner circle go face? Do you really want to see the Dark Order?
In 2 years from now, why not? When in 2 years from now, we're going to see the evolution of the characters. We're going to see Sammy Guevara to be more than just riding a scooter. Why not have him be the good guy face? Well, let him bust out his 450, 630, 720, whatever it is, and amaze the crowd as the the good guy for a while.
Okay.
The
inner circle is like the biggest group of heel assholes in wrestling, so I don't want to see that.
When you look at the wrestling world, WWE has been around for 60, 70 years. No. AEW has been around in its infancy less than a year, 2 years. They have time to grow. They got years to evolve and play with the face heel storyline. And I would love to see Jericho come out as a face. Have Fozzy open up a Double or Nothing show in Vegas to a huge ovation as we all sing along.
I don't even think Inner Circle would be that different from being a face, personality-wise.
They're kind of like like tweeners. Like their personalities are.
They're beloved
he got a Mark Anthony 8x10. Who doesn't love that, right?
Exactly.
Release the hounds.
Release the hounds.
If it means we get more promos of Chris Jericho in his jeans in the hot tub, I'm all for it.
Oh man,
leather pants.
Yes.
Okay. I hear you.
Speaking of Inner Circle or like within the Sex Gods, when during their match, Matt Hardy made a comment saying that Sammy Guevara is outgrowing Jericho. Right. To me, I don't think that's true because they're actually telling like the wrong story. He needs to actually step up if he's going to be that second in command.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like, and then he can actually, be that. You know how Rocky first was part of the Nation of Domination, got assimilated into that role. And he was clearly the second man in charge next to Farouk, you know, who was the leader. And then slowly you saw that, you know, these promos, it just kind of disrespect him. And one time was a segment, he gave him a present, a picture of himself. You know, I would love to see something like that with Sammy Guevara. Like he could just, you know, and then you get your Chris Jericho as a face as well. You know, you have Sammy Guevara take over the Inner Circle maybe.
I
What
wouldn't
do you
mind
guys
seeing
thoughts
that.
about just, you know, Sammy Guevara?
He's
he's outgrown.
I think Sammy Guevara, he's killing it. He's my superstar of the first half of the 2020, definitely.
We're gonna see the broken pandas. You've heard it here first.
The broken panda. The broken sex gods. Oh, the broken ears when Sammy sings. No, I do. I gotta. Sammy Guevara has grown on me in a year and some change, because when I knew about him a little bit, but it was just weird seeing him in the Inner Circle when they first debuted, and you know, rocking that big fucking panda hood thing, and because there's just nothing about pandas scream heel, scream evil, scream lazy and cute. That's about it. And Sammy is neither one. But once he dropped that, and you started to see his personality a little bit coming out, looking like he's in an NXS video with the cards and shit, and you know, rocking the tank outside of the WWE pay-per-view, screaming about Slammiversary, and now, you know, he's got the Hit Me Up mobile or mobile or whatever the fuck you want to call that, his little scooter that he doesn't need, but he's using it anyway because Papa Jericho gave it to him. And you know, he's changed his look. He's changed a lot of his wrestling style just over the course of being from the debut of AEW to now. He's really let a lot of his personality come out, and I dig him. I think with a little bit of work, he could end up eventually taking over the Inner Circle.
Stu just said Sammy breaks away and hooks up with Ricky Starks as the true sex gods.
Oh man,
The absolute sex
I like
gods.
that.
Oh man,
The absolute
Love that.
sex
that out right
gods.
there. I like
Yes.
that, man.
Right?
I like that.
I do like that. That would be cool too. I would love to see that, because Sammy and Ricky are like eerily similar. Like the way they look, the way they wrestle, the way they talk. They got.
Ricky's got better hair though. Sammy, I don't know what this.
They both got that weird. There's something about Mary coif going on with the shit stuck in the front of their head. I don't know.
Ricky is tamed compared to Sammy's. Sammy's is like back here, up, flapping around. I can't even.
One's a little bit more tame than the other. They're practically the same thing though. There's just something about Mary. I don't know, but I would love to see that, like the absolute sex gods, the stroke daddies. There we go. You know, that would be cool too. But I think, yeah, with a little bit of work, he could. I mean, he's probably already like wormed past Hager for number 2 in the Inner Circle, and he could take over in like a year if he keeps up on this path. He's been one of the, you know, Evan's right. He might be one of the like 2020 Wrestler of the Year nominees. You know, as bad as 2020's been.
Alone.
Oh,
The visual of him running from the car.
I think I won.
Money. That's how you do comedy.
Just for the fact that there
will,
involved, and not only that, he's willing to kill himself on like a weekly basis.
God.
Run me over with a golf cart. You know, drop me off the top of a stadium through whatever. You know, like. Right. Give me that ladder that has no bend in it, and I'll dive from the top rope to the floor on it.
Getting run down by a horse.
Listen.
Yeah.
My only problem is that fucking Jimmy Neutron haircut he has.
Yeah, there's something about
the flapping. What is this flap?
Jimmy Neutron haircut.
It's that, and I think he needs to go back to them boy shorts, because I am tired of looking at that boy's ass. I am set, just
Of course,
wedgies
I'm
My
every
co-host
fucking
always
match.
talks about that, like, bro.
I am so tired of seeing Sammy
Look, got
Guevara's
more
ass.
You're borderline with them
But-
trunks, bro. You know, with
Like,
them
that
high
is-
waist trunks.
Yeah, high-waisted trunks that end up straight up thong, man. Like, I don't need to see that. Are you trying to get people in the
I'm
crowd to stuff
like-
dollars in?
Man,
Like,
he's
what are you
one
doing?
move
Yo,
away.
every
just
time I
showing
see
that
that-
ass.
Every time I see
Secret's
it, I'm
out,
like, baby.
you know? We're gonna
Women-
seal a sex god if he hits the wrong way.
I'm like, women's 80s fashion call, they want their high waist back. Like, that's just not, that high cut, high thigh cut, that ain't
Yeah.
working. Baby.
Oh man, Felipe
Felipe.
coming out with some fire here. He's like, Hager is the weaker link of the inner circle.
True.
Wow.
Philippe,
Yeah.
conversely, said those
Felipe.
two, Ricky and Sammy in the ring,
Felipe.
is way too much pretty in one squared circle.
Ladies that love it though.
I don't know about all that, but
The ladies are just, oh my god, it'd be like the Rockers all over again.
Angel Garza.
Minus the lazy eye.
mm,
When
Wow,
he's like,
that-
I don't care, I love that lazy eye.
I don't know. I never know which one to look into. I'm like, is he looking at me? Is he looking over there? What are
You
we
don't
looking
care
at?
where HBK's looking as long as one eye is on you. You know you're
It's
good.
a whole other story. Though.
That's what I was talking about. The Rockers, not the Rock and Roll Express.
I was thinking the Rock and Roll Express because that's the first thing that popped into my head. Was this fucking,
No, I was talking about Marty
It
Jannetty
freaks
and
me out,
Shawn
man.
Michaels, not Ricky and
Janetti's a
Robbie.
creep. Ew. Never bring up Janetti. Ugh.
But they would they'd be like one of those, you know, we can go in the ring and women love us. Like it'd be a big deal. It'd be a big
Yeah.
tag team, I think.
Mhm.
Jake Hager is more boring than Jack Swagger. I don't know about that. I don't
Yeah.
know about that. I gotta tell you, man.
Well, that
no-
match with John Moxley didn't help. That was a boring ass match.
yeah, that didn't
Boring.
help so
Like
much.
I slept. Like I fell asleep on it.
But you know, I will never forget like the in his own words, the twagger touring eagle. You know, back in the day when he was in WWE, that was some
Swagger?
boring ass shit. He couldn't even say it right. Then you got a guy in an eagle costume running around behind him.
Yeah.
He's like,
What if we get the Hager Eagle and then the Sammy Panda and we get some kind of like furry
Nah,
tag team?
we're not gonna cater to furries. We're not gonna do that. We're just not.
We won't go that route. AEW will stay
We ain't
with
gonna go that
market.
route. We can save that shit for the Patreon. Don't
Lord.
Oh my god, this has been so much
It's
fun.
too
I
much
hate
fun.
for it to end,
Yeah.
but we're getting deep here, and I
That's
think
what
I'm
she
out of
said.
topics. Like, yep, she did. Damn right she did. I'm
It's been
looking.
an amazing 2 hours, she said.
Yeah, we're totally out of topics, y'all. So I want to thank everybody that tuned in live to watch this, and if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Anchor, thank you too, because you're awesome. I'm gonna first leave it for Devin here. He can plug away wherever, let you know where you can find Clark Street, and we'll go from there.
Appreciate it. So you
No
can
problem,
always,
man. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, no problem.
So
Man. It was
much
an
fun.
honor. I feel honored, man. You know,
We're honored. So it's mutual.
Yeah.
No, man,
We're not
you guys
worthy.
are the rock stars, man. For real.
And we could
man.
do this every week. Like, you seriously, we're not worthy.
Hey, I'm down for that. Anytime, bro. Anytime, my friend.
I get
So you can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're mostly active on Twitter. That is Clark Street _wrestling. And we're new to the TikTok world. You know, my daughter hooked me up. She put me on TikTok.
Wow.
So now we're on
Nice.
TikTok. We got a decent amount of followers, you know, still small, but we're growing. And you can find, and that TikTok channel is Clark _Street _wrestling. All right. It's same as our Instagram page. And you can always listen to us on the most popular podcast apps, whatever you like to listen to. You got Apple, you got Google, Android. Doesn't matter, Spotify. And you can just search for us, Clark Street Wrestling. We got over 120 episodes because we got a gigantic library.
Wow.
You see some of our earlier stuff, some of our heated, you know, debates that, you know, almost came to not fisticuffs, but it got heated though. All right. So we got some good stuff for you.
It
all
did.
right?
I heard.
So just check us out, Clark Street Wrestling.
All right. Yeah. They're definitely a great listen. I listen to them all the time. It's an amazing show. So check that out. And, I guess we'll kick to Brucey and let him do the social medias because he just loves to do social medias, man.
My favorite part of the show.
It really is. He sticks around for the social media.
This is why I'm here. I
True
just
story.
do social media. I don't know nothing about wrestling.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Nothing. So here's the thing. If you're watching on Facebook, you know you can find us on Facebook. And if you're not on Facebook and you're watching this on YouTube, find us at Top Rope Wrestling Talk on Facebook. We are a publicly traded Facebook group. I love how everyone's got their fingers going. They know what I'm doing.
Go
Everyone.
now.
Uh,
I'm an honorary member of the Facebook group, so hey, trust me.
So you can find us there on Facebook. There it is, right there.
I'll do my Sammy thing.
I'm pointing, but you can't see where I'm pointing to.
Not Spanish God.
You can also find us on Twitter at Top Rope WT. Dom pretty much locks down Twitter. I jump on there every once in a while. Us as a collective group lock down Facebook. Then we also have our YouTube channel, which
Here's where it's get challenging for Brucey.
you can find us on YouTube at Fox Den Productions. Top Rope Wrestling Talk is on there. This is the flagship show of Fox Den. Then Dom also has Mutant Rejects that he does, and he also has Drunk Upon a Time. Or if we get lucky, maybe we'll do another Drunk Upon a Top Rope. But yeah, those are the shows you can find on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave comments down below, ring the bell so you know when all our new content comes out. And then our new pet project and our new baby is our Instagram. You can find us at, hold on, this shit's a tongue twister.
He made it, by the way.
Yeah, I made it.
He named it.
At top_rope_wrestling_talk. You can find us there on Instagram.
I was going to ask you how many underscores.
Yeah, that's
you
the
have in
new
your
one.
name.
We're starting to get a little following.
Yeah.
We just made the Graham account like 2-3 weeks ago. We're starting to get a little following there. It's got some Evil Evan originals on it. It's got some of my goofy shit. We're still trying to get Wendy and Bruce a little more involved in it, especially since Bruce made and named the damn thing.
I spend like half my day on Insta.
And obviously, if podcasts are your thing, you can find us at anchor.fm/TRWT. You're going to get all our episodes there. You're going to get all our platforms there. We are basically everywhere podcasts are enjoyed. And I do mean everywhere, including iHeartRadio now. So big things popping on podcasts. You know, the YouTube channel, as Brucey said, is going strong. We've got 3 shows. We may even be working on some more. Either one is a lot of content in a lot of places. Like, yeah, our podcast, you're going to get episodes. If you come to the YouTube, there's some exclusives, some nice videos, some behind-the-scenes stuff. You know, it's fun. But either one's great. You know, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us wherever you maybe, favorite us on Anchor. Do your thing. Share this shit around. Help us grow this empire a little bit.
Tell your friends.
Share it.
If my mom can share it, you can share it too.
Yes, by the way, shout out to
Grandma.
Mama B for sharing this on Facebook.
Thanks,
we love
Mom.
you so much. We want to get you on this show.
Yes.
She said she'd come on, but we can't record. I'm like, no, people need
I'm
to know
gonna
how
convince her.
awesome you
Oh,
are.
you know what? Let me shout out to my wife because she joined. She was watching us. So shout out to my wife, all my friends. Hey, love you, babe.
People love us. Woo.
Thank you for watching. Yeah.
Real quick,
My wife
if I
never
could
even came in.
If I could give a quick shout out to all the fathers out there locking it down as real men, real fathers. We got Father's Day coming up. Love
That's
you,
right.
dudes. You guys out
That's
there.
right.
Be a positive role model. Be like Britt Baker.
Yes.
Show your youngins how to do it right.
from
Treat your
4
wives with
dads.
respect.
4 dads to the rest of you. Dad Club
Yes,
for life.
Father's Day.
All
To the
right.
good dads
That's
out
right.
there. Celebrate. Barbecue.
Oh, and you know
Watch
what?
this.
I don't say this enough, and I should because he's on our show every damn week. Please check out Evil Evan Illustrations while you're at it. He's on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
He's on Twitter,
Yep.
Instagram.
You're making me
Evil
blush. I'm getting
Evan
a blush boner
Illustrations.
now.
He's everywhere.
Search for
I'm
him
getting an
on
embarrassed
social
boner now.
media there.
Oh.
Buy his
Twitter,
merch.
Instagram, Facebook. He does some great stuff. He does all our stuff, like all our logos, all our stuff. He does everything. He's amazing. You got to check out his actual original art.
I
It's
didn't
so
drop out
good.
of art school for nothing.
And he's also got some unique Evil Evan shirts on sale.
Buy
If that's
his
what you're
merch.
interested in. I've got my Wrestling on the Brain t-shirt because it's fucking amazing. I would have rocked it tonight if it weren't for Scorsese because I love that dude.
I wore
But
mine to a Zoom work meeting, and everyone was like, "What are you wearing?" And I showed them, and I was like, "It's an original." I told them about the podcast and everything.
I
and they were
wore
like, "Oh,
mine.
wow."
I wore mine to my son's IEP meeting at school
Nice.
with his 3rd grade teacher.
Grade A parenting.
Big skull,
Yes.
brain.
Yes.
I'm rocking it. I'm walking right in that school.
Fathers like that. Shout out to fathers like that.
I know
I do
this
what I
gets
do,
said.
when I can.
I know this gets said these last few weeks, but I'm going to say this with very, very high confidence. We are this close to having someone officially doing our merch full time, and we will have merch.
Yes, we will. Brucey's been working on it. Evan's been working on something. We've been
Get
getting
that
it all
merch sent to
together.
me, man. I will
Oh, you know
definitely
we
rock
got
some
you.
Merch. Yeah.
You know we got you,
Shout
man.
out.
We will definitely send you a shirt or something.
Yeah.
We got some stuff coming. We're just, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, getting everything together. But yeah, that'll be available soon too.
Can I say real quick, without giving like anything at all away, we have big surprises coming up within
We do.
hopefully the next few days. We'll see.
We're supposed to be getting more information on Monday about
Monday,
a
Monday about a potential
very,
awesome
very large guest.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say who. It's a legendary wrestler, to say the least.
You said too much. Shut
I've
up.
said too much.
Pipe down.
Conspirator!
You're done.
We're done.
Cut the mic.
Stay tuned. Come follow us. We love you.
Notifications.
Stay safe out there, y'all.
Later, guys.
Thanks again.
All right, you guys.
Oh, Wendy, you gotta say it though. You
What?
gotta say your thing. You gotta say your
Stay
thing.
fresh, cheese bags.
There it is. Peace.
Sip Squad Fly Boys, that's my logo. You already know though. It's PBS and Nation Gang, my niggas getting dodo. You pussy niggas, Frodo's fucking hobos looking so-so. Okay, shot in slow-mo, haters salty like a dobo. But Coco, we get loco. Hit them cash and so no. You rap it, then we live it, cause we Stokely on the promo. We classy, Freddy, blasty, bitches, why you acting sassy? Can't stop and I won't stop. Guess I'm Diddy to your Cassie. No shiny suits, I'm spazzing. You ashy, I'm so flashy. Talking out your ass, goddammit, I'm just speaking cash shit. Haters get the shaking like they mama named the catch it. Father, all these rap wrestlers pay homage to me, bastards. Sorry, I don't claim you. That's just what